of thing. All the characters you'll see are the main designs of the thing. And all the characters you'll see are the main designs. And it looks like it won in the last second. Whereas, and it looks like Alistair won in the last second. So they're neck and neck right now. It looks like Alistair won in the last second. So they're stage neck and neck right now. Perfect time to take a break right now, fellas. So, and what a perfect time to take a break right now, fellas. So, turn back and see how we're doing. Commercials, and
I gotta go
turn back and see how we're doing.
All the way.
Hey, it's the Westdale, your friendly neighborhood not-for-profit theater. It's the Westdale. Now we're your friendly neighborhood not-for-profit theater. And now another Hamilton icon highlighting the best in our community. Together, Hamilton icon highlighting the best movies, film talks, together we bring local celebrity stuff with the accent on film talks, music shows, local celebrities with the accent on local. Because hey, we are.
Get into the west of our town. Tune in to Cable 14. Get into
Wednesday
the
at
west
10 p.m. on the next episode of Just Ask Bob. Wednesday at 10 p.m. on the next episode of Just Ask Fabrication. We demystify the process Canada quartz countertop about their beautiful products. We chat with we visit the job site about for the countertop installation. And remember the job site always for the countertop get off the couch and tackle your to-do list. Always get up, get off the couch, and tackle your to-do list. This is amazing.
And we're back with Retro Game Time. We're playing ourselves here Pokemon Puzzle Retro Game Time. We're playing ourselves here Dylan and Alistair right now are in the middle. They've just gotten their Boulder badge. Alistair has a bit of a lead in the middle. They've just gotten their Boulder badge. Alistair has a bit of a lead, as you can see by the timing, about 20 seconds ahead. But that's how neck and neck this whole competition. As you can see by the timer, he's about 20 seconds ahead. But that's how neck and neck this whole competition has been. Alistair, how you feeling about this game right so far? To the stress of it all, Alistair, how you feeling about this game right so far?
Better than Turtles, so it's a win. Power of an electric rat, that's better than Turtles, so it's a win.
If we know our Pokemon correct, you're facing against Misty, you should typically have an advantage correct. You're facing against Misty, you should typically have an advantage by typecasting. With your Dylan yourself, how you feeling?
My turtle is
with
doing
your
the best he can.
A blue turtle.
Avoiding my turtle is doing the best he can. All the straws. Avoiding all the.
Excellent.
Nope.
He's getting
avoiding all the
across.
straws.
What's the street called? Is it Osler? He's getting across. What's the street called? Is it Osler? You know, just heading by McMaster. Streets. No cars. He's avoiding them all. You know, just heading by McMaster. No cars. I think I may have just avoiding them all. Potentially cursed Alistair. Because actually right now, I think I may have just potentially but he did solve that because he got a 2x combo. But he's got giving Misty a bit of trouble. 2x combo. Trying to see who can. Now he's got giving Misty a bit of trouble. This one. Trying to see really the champion of this round will be the one who can beat this little first. Really the champion of this round will be the one who can beat this little first. Because Misty's trailing behind. She's got her Staryu, and she probably doesn't feel too good about this right now. I'm not for some whatever reason. She's probably doesn't feel too good about this right now. I'm not for some whatever hasn't returned it to her. Ash being the person that he is never returned the bike, as we know. Fans of the anime will know that Ash never returned the bike, as we know. Little fans of the anime will know that Ash is eternally the final conclusion. Alistair, that just the final conclusion. Alistair, just
I'm waiting on time though on the stage. I'm waiting on time though on the stage.
Little ahead.
I have 11 seconds.
Alistair's got the badge. He's got the hat. He's got the electric rat. And I think that's he's got the hat. What we'll call. He's got the electric rat champion. And I think that's what we'll call Dylan. I mean, he's champion. Unfortunately, by the time, but it was that second round that cost you this one. It was that second round that cost you this one. How you feeling? What would you do this time? Next time around? I don't want to rub it in or anything.
I got nothing to say right now. I'm agitated. That was so tight. I got nothing to say right now. I'm agitated. That was so tight. No one. All you fans at home, you'll be on my side. He doesn't deserve the win. All you fans at home, you'll be on my side. He doesn't deserve the win.
Or fortunately, how do you feel?
You see what Lieutenant Surge is saying here?
Or fortunately, how do you feel?
What do we have here? You see what Lieutenant Surge is saying here?
Yeah.
Well, what do we have here? It's like a little baby. Electric Rat goes supreme.
Get out of here, Rat.
I love this spirit. For all of us, you're going to be moving on to the next round playing the today's champions chat. You're going to be moving on to the next round playing the finalizing the last bits of Retro Game Time. These guys are going to be playing the consolation championship round of Retro Game Time. These guys are going to be playing the consolation championship round. Are going to be playing to be our other champions are 2-0 the Retro Game Time Master. To be crowned next time. The Retro Game Time and Master. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Tune in next time when we get to that. And thank you so much for watching this episode. See you soon.
On the next episode of Work in Progress, we're going to be talking about healthcare. Healthcare in Ontario, healthcare in Hamilton. On the next episode of Work in Progress, we're going to be talking about representative who represents healthcare in Hamilton. We're going to be talking with a representative who represents for healthcare across Ontario. How do we make it stronger? How do we keep it public and not sell it across Ontario? How do we make it stronger? It's something you should care about and we care about here at Work in Progress. It's something you should care about and we care about here at Work in Progress.
Cardinals Friday Night Baseball, you know presented by Mitsubishi. Friday Night Baseball, presented by Mountain Mitsubishi. To take on the Barrie Baycats, and it will be the long arm of the Barrie Baycats. And it will be the long arm takes the hill tonight. It's Reed Duffy alongside my broadcast partner Neil Sherwasta. Takes the hill tonight. It's Reed Duffy alongside my broadcast partner Neil Sherwasta. We were here on Friday night. We couldn't see each other. Down at field level. Neil, last time we were here on Friday night, next to one another and couldn't see. It was rainy. It was foggy.
We could hear each other, but we were sitting right next to one another and couldn't see. It was rainy. It was foggy.
A beautiful Friday night in Hamilton. None of that is going to be an issue tonight. A beautiful Friday night in Hamilton. And we have boosted Hamilton Cardinals lineup to open up the 2024 season. Hamilton Cardinals lineup to open up the 2024 season. Taking on the always dangerous and always fun.
Like you said in an instant messenger earlier, it just had to be Garces. Like you said in an instant messenger earlier, it just had to be Garces.
Frank Garces is on the hill, as you said earlier. He's already surpassed last season for walks. He had 6 in his first start, but he's already surpassed last season for walks. He had 6 in his first start, but
unfortunately, I guess he was
10 strikeouts.
A little too much that night. You just kind of take the good with the bad. Here with the Barrie Baycats, a little too much in their winning ways. Here with the Barrie Baycats, looking to get back at 500 in their winning ways. Victims of it on the season. Baycats, 3,200 streaming fans in Welland Saturday night. Victims
cheering
of
for the
I
other
want to
team.
say 3,200 streaming fans in Welland Saturday night.
You get a good look there at Brett
cheering
Lawson,
for the other
who
team.
got the start in the game last You get a good look there at Brett Lawson, who started the start in the game. The rain really became a problem. Ended up with some dirt in his eye while making a defensive play. Became a problem. I think things are going to look a whole lot different while making a defensive play. And Neil will take a look at the batting order that will face him tonight. Can he see Joe? Will take a look at the batting order that will face him. For the Barrie Baycats, they haven't got the numbers that we would generally expect just yet. For the Barrie Baycats, they haven't got the numbers that we would generally expect just yet.
He's got the one home run for the Baycats. 2 games in, and of course, Joe will lead things off. He was hit the game-winning home run for the Barrie Baycats opener against the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was hit the game-winning home run, I believe, 4-1 opener against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Leafs were leading that game, I believe, 4-1 at one point. Richo came up and made it a 5-4 ball game.
Nolan McEbrona, Adam Janko, Zach Ryan Rio, Malik Carson Burns. Nolan McEbrona rounded out Janko for the Baycats and Carson Burns. Neil, you got to imagine it's just a matter of time until we know Ejo hitting 500 to open the season. You got to imagine it's just a matter of time until we know Ejo hitting 500 to open the season. But just a matter of generally what we expect.
The rest of the Baycats getting some reps, getting used to everything again. It's spring training pretty much. Exactly. It's a matter of getting some reps. Used to everything again. It's spring training pretty much. And everything else, they're just trying to get their legs underneath them, get their hands, and they're timing back. In school and everything else, they're just trying to get their legs underneath them, get their hand, and they're timing back. It's going to take a couple of games to do so.
And again, Lawson started off the home opener real and again, Lawson before that game had to have a stop called to it. His first delivery comes in as a ball. That game, he was rolling. Had to have a stop called to it. His first delivery comes in as a ball.
Weather turned on him, unfortunately. Balls got lost in the infield.
The weather really turned.
Some defensive weather turned on him, unfortunately. Balls got lost in the infield and made. Is that one case in point there? As Rempel brings that one in for the first out of the inning. Didn't get made.
And Rempel looking
case in point there as Rempel brings that one in for the first out of the inning.
And just to give you the sense of what's behind Brett Lawson tonight. Rempel at just to give you the sense of what's behind Brett Lawson tonight. Third, Rempel at first. Outfield will have Danny Duncan at short, Dennis Marriott at third, with Brandon Nicholson, the speedster, in center field. Luis Bernardo with Brandon Nicholson, the speedster, in center field. And our first look at Keeler Loveridge playing second base. And our first look at Keeler Loveridge playing second base. Much like Duncan, a towering infielder, as Lawson didn't get the landing much like Duncan on that pitch. Towering infielder,
the Cardinals definitely got the tallest infield in the league. That's not for sure. I think the Cardinals definitely got the tallest infield in the league. That's not for sure. He's like short compared to Rempel's out here now.
He gets towered over by Duncan and Loveridge and Marriott. Not a short guy. He gets towered over by Duncan and Loveridge and Marriott. Not a short guy
either. Out there, I'm guessing they're all over 6 feet, but just Duncan and Loveridge out there make it look like they're giants.
125 through the first 2 games. Chops that one off. And we know that that's 25 through the first 2 games.
Like even Ricky Phillips, like a lot of guys in the Baycats lineup, like I said, that won't. They saw some pretty even Ricky Phillips, like a lot of guys in the Baycats lineup, both out of the Maple Leafs and out of the Welland Jackfish so far. So the averages will pop up. Both out of the Maple Leafs and out of the Welland Jackfish so far. So the averages will pop up very shortly.
The month of May really is spring training exercise. You always make a great point. The month of May really is spring training exercise for these clubs. Maybe asking a bit on where the pitch was. As Brett Lawson maybe 2-1 the count on where the pitch was. He'll wind and deliver. And Odd chops that one. 2-1 the count to Odd. Fair. He'll wind and deliver. Just Odd chops that one. Rolling into right field. The batting will turn and fire. Just sprung on the bounce into second where Duncan will cut it. Will turn and fire. On the bounce into second where Duncan will cut it.
What we're saying. Already jumping the average up. Came in batting 125. We're saying
that's a nice piece of hitting right there from Adam Odd.
Came in batting 125. Put the ball down the line here.
That's a nice piece of hitting right there from Adam Odd.
Found its way into the foul territory.
Lawson looked to run that inside. As Ricky Phillips will be the next man up. That inside. Lawson had him way out as Ricky Phillips will be the next man up.
He was expecting fastball, got
Lawson
an
had him
pitch.
way out front of that.
He was expecting
there's
fastball,
just something spectacular when Lawson goes off speed, pulls the string on it. There's just something spectacular when Lawson goes off speed, pulls the string on it.
Well, it's at a different eye level, too, when Lawson lets it go.
It's really something.
Well, it's at a different eye level, too, when Lawson lets it go.
Was it 6'8" neighborhood?
Yeah, Lawson, 6'7", 6'8".
Somewhere in the...
Was it 6'8"
neighborhood?
Yep, 6'7", 6'8".
I do not play in those woods.
Who's holding the tape measure?
Talk about the tallest infield between. I do not play in those
Brett
woods.
Lawson,
Nope.
and Strecker.
Talk about the tallest infield between there from Lawson.
Brett Lawson,
Cardinals with one of the tallest pitching off-speed pitch there from Lawson. Cardinals with one of the tallest pitching staffs as well.
Behind the plate tonight.
And granting time to
Phillips. Behind the plate tonight.
And granting time to Phillips. A runner on second, 1-2 the count to Phillips. Lawson a runner on second, delivers, sped it up this the count on the ground. Phillips.
Duncan picks
Lawson
it short, but
and delivers.
As he tried to make the transition glove
Duncan
picks it at short, but
ball got
as he tried to make the transition glove to hand.
With Ryan
Rio
making his way up.
Probably just saw Adam out of the corner of his eye.
With
thought
Ryan
about going
Rio
to third with it. And by that time, it bobbled. Probably just saw Adam out of the corner of his eye. Thought about going to third with it. And by that time, it bobbled out of his glove. And the hand was no longer
Looked
there.
like Duncan had it dead to rights, and then I think you're right, Neil. He might have looked like Duncan
thought
had
a little bit
dead
too
to
far ahead
rights,
of
and then
himself.
I think you're right, Neil. He might have thought a little bit too far
So
ahead of
the
himself.
always dangerous Ryan Rio.
This is not someone you want up with runners in scoring
So now,
position at any time.
Ryan Rio.
This is not
he
someone
loves hitting
you want
in
up
this
with
ballpark.
runners in scoring position
at any
we
time.
have seen him take a couple.
He loves hitting in this
way out of
ballpark.
here. That he does. We have
And when
seen
he's not
him take
taking
a couple way
out of
out
here
of
down
here.
the right field line, he's not afraid to pop it up the left side. And when he's not taking it out of here down the right field line, he's not afraid to pop it up the left side either.
Corner there from Brett Lawson. That one.
Oh, beautiful.
Just catch the corner there
right
from
back in over the
Brett
plate.
Lawson. That one.
He started
Just
that one almost
curved
out to
right
the
back
center
in
of the
over the
batter's
plate.
box on the left side.
He started that one.
Then
almost
runs
out
it to the
inside
center of the batter's
fastball.
box on the left side.
Then runs
Boy,
it
Lawson not at all
inside
scared to
fastball.
dance all over.
No, he's not afraid to go inside.
Boy, Lawson
go
not
outside
at all scared to dance
trying
all
to keep
over.
Ryan Rio guessing. He's not afraid to go inside and go outside. Try to see if I get him out on the trying to keep Ryan Rio guessing here.
I
try to see if I get him out
got
on
to
his
keep
front
Rio
foot somehow.
guessing, because if you're too obvious, he's gonna.
I believe you've got
take
to
you
keep
for a
Rio
ride.
guessing, because
if you're too obvious, he's
on
gonna
the way to second base.
take you for a ride.
Was Phillips?
Lawson
that
delivers
one chopped
foul.
on the way to second base.
And we'll do it over again.
Was Phillips, but that one chopped foul.
And we'll do it over again.
Just dying to pop up and toss.
Looked like he was, but
Bernardo
Rio did a
like
good
he was
job
just
of getting a
dying to
piece of that
pop
one
up
and putting it
and
out of
toss.
play. Looked like he was, but Rio did a good job of getting a piece of that one and putting it out of play.
1-2 delivery from Lawson. Got him staring at it.
1-2 delivery from
Rio
Lawson.
didn't like that call from
Got him
Jamie
staring
Killingsworth, but he'll take his way back to the dugout. Rio didn't like that call for the second out of Jamie Killingsworth, but he'll take his way back to the dugout for the second out of the inning.
Take another look as Lawson served this one in. And
Take
another look.
I think you can see why Rio might have been a
I
little.
think
Served
Bernardo
this
did a really
one
good salesman job on that one.
Yep. I think you can see why Rio might have been a little.
I think Bernardo did a really good salesman job on that one.
Yep.
Hold it back
That's
in a
what
few
Luis
inches.
Bernardo can do for you. He's a tremendous catcher.
and
That's what Luis Bernardo can
Lawson
do for you.
delivers,
He's
ball
a
on the
tremendous
ground.
catcher.
Phillips
is off the second,
As
and
Lawson
he'll be in as it
delivers,
pops
ball on
away
the ground. Phillips
with
is
Malik
off the
Williams.
second.
We'll give him the
And
stolen
he'll
base
be in
on
as it
that one.
pops away with Malik
Bernardo
Williams.
did a good job of
Give him the
knocking it down. If it would have gone to the backstop, it probably would have brought a run home. Bernardo did a good job of knocking it down. If it would have gone to the backstop, it probably would have brought a run home.
Well,
and Phillips would probably think about going to
before.
third.
That ball starts kicking around back there. It's
it's almost a different area
that
code.
before. That ball starts kicking around back there. It's almost a different
Lawson
area
delivering
code.
the 1-0.
That one runs away and low.
Lawson delivering the
2-0.
1-0.
That one runs away and low.
Malik Williams is very
2-0.
deadly at the plate here, so you got to be careful how you pitch to him. Malik Williams is very deadly. Got a lot of pop at the plate here, so you got to be careful how you pitch to him.
Third, 2 away.
He's got a lot of pop in the back.
There's that
Runners
off
on
speed
second
from
and
Lawson
third.
again. 2 away. There's that off
Started
speed
out
from
on
Lawson
right
again.
to Malik Williams' front shoulder.
Started
turned
out
back
almost
right
over the
to
plate.
Malik Williams' front shoulder and turned back over the plate.
Lawson delivering again. Got Williams way out front of it. 2-2. Lawson delivering again. Got Williams way out front of it. 2-2. Lawson's ability, even still, Neil, to speed up, slow down, inside, outside, even still, Neil. Shows why he's been speed such a valuable piece in this league for so long. Outside. Yep. Shows why he's been such a valuable piece in this league for so long.
Just at the beginning of April with him, and it was just like he learned how to. Well, we had an interview just at the beginning of April with him, and it was just like he learned how to. Stop
and he's got a mitt full of very large rings to prove it.
He does.
And he's got a mitt full of very large rings to prove it.
As well. He does.
Yeah, that's what I learned about him last
season. Of musical instruments as
3
well.
3 and 2 the count. Yeah, that's what I learned about him last season. That went into foul territory. 3 and 2 the count. Williams on the ground. A very multi-talented individual. Into foul territory.
I'm sure his cheering section
is here.
A
very multi-talented individual.
Daughter Olivia. I'm sure his cheering section is here. His little daughter Olivia.
She's got to be so
Lily,
proud of what her dad still accomplishes. She's
the reason he's playing this year.
What her dad still accomplishes.
Delivers. You got Williams
she's the reason he's playing this year.
Gets onto the ground. I think Williams might have got a piece just off the bottom of the bat. Gets onto the ground. I think Williams might have got a piece just off the bottom of the bat.
Got enough to stay alive, that's for sure.
So 3 and 2 the count remains. So 3 and 2 the count remains. Outside, and Williams will take the walk down to first. Sets up outside, and Williams will take the walk down to first.
On Lawson's tab so far this inning. 23 pitches on Lawson's tab so far this inning.
Nolan Mackey-Broda will step in. Nolan Mackey-Broda will step in on deck, hitting 667. Aiden Jaco, the man on deck, hitting 667. Like Williams before him, 286. Mackey-Broda, like Williams before him, 286.
Way off balance on that one.
And I think you guys are trying to sit on the fastball.
Way off balance on that one.
Lawson's got enough off-speed stuff and sit on the fastball, keep them guessing. But Lawson's got enough off-speed stuff and enough junk to keep them guessing.
High into foul territory.
0-1,
married over for it. He's got it. High into foul territory.
Married over
Lawson out of the jam. The Baycats leave him loaded through one. Lawson out of the jam. The Baycats when we return to Mountain Mitsubishi. Friday night baseball on Cable 14. When we return to Mountain Mitsubishi. Friday night baseball on Cable 14. Friday night baseball here on Cable 14. Hamilton Cardinals Friday night baseball. Clean after some danger on Cable 14. Inning number 1, Brett Lawson and Neil will take a look at clean Frank after some danger for the Barrie Baycats. And Neil will take a look at Frank Garces elite for the Barrie Baycats.
Definitely
is. He is quite simply one of the elite in the IPL.
Definitely is. 5 innings pitched so far in the season. 360 ERA. Last year he had a total of 4 walks in the regular season. More walks than last year all total. Last year he had 247 ERA. 6-1 record. Combined 2/3 of an inning pitched last year. 247
pitched over 50 innings in Major League Baseball to San Diego Padres. Few seasons back, as we'll take a look Baseball to San Diego batting order. Few seasons back, as we'll take a look at Brandon Nicholson batting order. And a lot of danger behind him of this order by Brandon Nicholson, and then a lot of danger behind him of this order. Keeps getting deeper and deeper.
It definitely does. Danny Berg, Tyler Duncan, Luis Bernardo, Dennis DeBan, newcomer. Zach Marriott, Tanner Rapp, the 9 spot. Lane Renault
doing the DH out of the 8 spot. Haven't seen him yet.
Tonight.
Lane Renault doing the DHing out of the 8 spot. Haven't seen him yet. As Garces delivers and gets Nicholson swinging through it. As Garces delivers and gets Nicholson swinging through bottom of one. Neil Garces is going to be inside, outside, up, down. Bottom of one. As Nicholson puts this one inside, outside, up, down. He's got the speed to beat it up. Will he have the time? As Nicholson puts this one on the ground, he's got the speed to beat it up. Will he have the time? Short. He will not. Will have him one away. As the toss from short, Burns will have him one away. We'll take another look on the ground and quick turn. We'll take another look from Carson Burns on the ground and
the infield's definitely got a new grass Carson cut look on it as well too. So the infield's a lot slower. It's going to roll a lot faster out to the dirt here as well too. So the infield's a lot slower. It's going to roll a lot faster out to the dirt here than it did last week.
Garces will wind and deliver to Danny Berg. And that's strike one. Garces will wind and deliver to Danny Berg. Garces likes to work fast. And that's strike one.
Yep. And with the new rules, it works in his favor here, too, because the batters have to keep a foot in the box. And with the new rules, it works in his favor here, too, because the batters have to keep a foot in the box.
What are your feelings on the new rules put in this year to help speed the game a bit?
Well, so far, it looks like it's doing a good job in most cases.
Put in this year to help speed the game a bit?
Well, so far, it looks like it's doing a good job in most cases.
Ball on the ground.
Malionis is on the umpires to keep things moving between innings, too.
Down after Orchard makes the quick flip. And Berg down after Orchard makes the quick flip, stepping in. 2 away with Tyler Duncan stepping in. Now, I really enjoy baseball. We know you love baseball. Now, last year I really did a couple of we know you 4+ hour games.
Yep.
Where it left us questioning, do we really love baseball that much?
Well, even Troy and I on Saturday.
Where it left us questioning, do we really love baseball that much?
Well, even Troy and I on Sunday, it was just like, wow, okay, it's like dinner time now.
I was finishing up the Alpha One Wrestling show with my good friend Ethan Page.
Finishing up the Alpha One Wrestling show with my good friend
Ethan Page.
looked in on the score and it was like,
wow, many wrestling promotion fame. And we looked in on the score and it was like,
2 hours later.
Wow, they just finished.
We started our show 2 hours later.
As Garces quickly ahead of Duncan 0-2. As Garces quickly ahead of Duncan 0-2.
The Cardinals really dug in deep.
But with the
Jackfish. They did.
The Cardinals
an 8-0 lead, and the Jackfish stormed all the way back, but then they did. The Cardinals just found an 8-0 lead here, which they're going to have to do. Back, but then some games, the Cardinals just found that second gear, which they're going to have to do. Some guys made some loud some game noises with the bats, and persevered through. And some guys made some loud thumping noises with the bats.
Johnston home run down the hill. Duncan hammers this one into center field. Johnston home run down the hill.
With the great grab.
Duncan hammers this one into center field.
Slides with the great grab.
And he'll take it away.
Slides.
We are through one full inning. No score. He'll take it away. We are through one full inning. No score. Brett Lawson back to the bump. When we return in between innings here, we'll take a look at Emily down on the field with one of the games for the Hamilton Cardinals. And Neil and I will be right back with you on Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals baseball on Cable 14. It's Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball here on Cable 14. Neil, the Cardinals back to the field. Brett Lawson back on the bump. Hayden Jaco will be the man to lead off for the Bay Cats as Lawson effective in the first inning. He'll want it to be a little bit more quiet, I think.
I think so, too. And it's just now he's going to have to deal with Hayden Jaco, who currently leads the league with a .667 batting average. Of course, that's a small sample size, but still, even though he's leading the league right now.
Small sample size, but I'm pretty sure Hayden Jaco is going to have a pretty impressive number, even with a much larger sample size.
A former Rookie of the Year in the league, too, with the London Majors. So, you know, he's going to come out here and he's going to challenge Lawson, that's for sure.
We talked a lot about the Barrie Bay Cats last season, obviously. with all the matchups against the Cardinals and how impressive the work that they've done to build this roster has been. And it just seems, Neil, that they just keep bringing back the big-time talent.
They do. And it just seems like Barrie Baycats love to do their homework early. Josh Matlow's usually got, I want to say, a half a dozen guys ready to go on the first day of signing. He just throws all the cards in and it's like boom, 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 boom. And then he doesn't stop. No. He's working the phones. He's working the emails. He's on the video chats and everything else. And it's just like, okay, how else can I possibly improve this roster?
Oh, it sounds a lot like a general manager we know quite well here.
Indeed.
George Halim, who never quits. He hasn't slept in 4 years.
Nope.
He's been watching baseball nonstop.
That he has been.
As Brett Lawson winds and delivers, and that one runs inside. Is George here tonight, or is he somewhere around the world?
He was here tonight. He was throwing batting practice to the Cardinals in the cup, at least for a few batters anyways.
Okay. You just never know with him. As Lawson delivers just outside.
Maybe he cloned himself finally. I don't know.
It's the only thing that's left for him at this point is working out the cloning technology.
No, I think the Baycats last year realized they were, one arm or one thing short, as this one is driven pretty heavily to left field, but
it's going to hang up. Danny Berg gets under it as Hayden Jaco took it for a ride. Just not quite enough, but Neil, when that came off the bat, that looked like it might have been even further back.
Oh, exactly. I thought it was a lot further than it was hit there, but thankfully it stayed in the yard this time. Now, getting back to the point I was trying to make, they felt like they were one arm too short, one starting pitcher too short as far as when they went further into the postseason. So Matlow took it upon himself to rectify that, and it looks like I think they have 6 starters signed right now. Plus, then you have Christian Lazar as well. Push comes to shove, he could start as well. But I think you're going to see him in middle relief or long relief at some point.
I think I know him pretty well.
Yeah, I think you know. Yeah. You probably have paths across a few times.
Oh, just a few. Swinging through that one is Zach Orchard. 1-2 the count.
Carson Burns waiting on deck.
Chris Lazar made himself a bit of a fixture around the IBL, and instead of being on the microphone, he's decided to go back to throwing the baseball.
Yeah, well, those who still can go back and pitch. Unlike us.
I was going to say, Neil, what's that mean for you and I? What are we doing? We got to loosen up a little?
Loosen up here a bit. Maybe have to go look at that Tommy John surgery. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Shed 10 years off our life here. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're going to stay right here.
Yeah.
As that was a real nice pitch. Just came in a little bit low.
As I just got the eyeballs from Jenny down there. Oh, yeah, we're going to have that conversation on the way home now.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble, I promise.
Yeah. I haven't thrown batting practice in quite some time.
Do I need to duck?
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
You're fine.
I thought maybe I'd.
No, she's good.
All right.
She's never seen me play baseball, so it's okay. Neither of my kids. We kind of plan on keeping it that way.
My kids have not yet seen me play hockey either. I don't know that I really want them to at this point. Yep. As that ball chopped into foul ground, I can still at least say to them, one time Daddy was pretty good.
Yep.
If they see me, they're never going to believe that.
Daddy realized at an early age he was better off coaching, and then after he was done coaching, he decided to do other things.
Yeah, I went into the broadcast field for very similar reasons.
As Orchard fouls that one off in self-defense here.
Lawson working inside, and we've had that conversation before, Neil, about pitchers in the IBL that might be a little bit hesitant to try to work inside. Brett Lawson does not have that hesitance.
No, doesn't have that hesitance at all.
As Lawson will deliver. That one on the ground through the middle, and Duncan tried to slide over for it, but it will be a single for Orchard as Burns will make his way up.
1-out single, and Carson Burns will be the batter, 125 on the season. 2 strikeouts so far on the campaign.
I mean, this is just pretty good placement from Zach Orchard. High bounce. It may have come off the plate.
I think it did. So it took a high chop and just kept going.
As Lawson will have the long look into Burns. 1 on, 1 out, and that's in for strike 1. And Brett Lawson just looks calm, cool, and collected on the hill, chewing his gum. As Lawson will have the stare into Bernardo. Winding and delivering, and Burns sends that one foul 0-2. It's a really veteran combination when you think of Brett Lawson tossing to Luis Bernardo. Granted, Bernardo only in his second year in the IBL, but a world-traveled baseball player.
Oh, exactly. Lawson did a lot of stuff in Canada, where Bernardo's done a lot of stuff in the Caribbean League and everything else.
Speaking of which, Frank Garces, playing in the Dominican Winter League, on his team, amongst several high-end Major League players, was the legendary Nelson Cruz. That's got to be fun.
That's got to be. The stories and everything else, just the knowledge you can impart on somebody like a Bernardo who will then pass it on to a bunch of younger players.
As Burns chops this one back, count remains 1-2. As the look in from Lawson. Lawson turns back over to first. Just checking on Orchard there. We saw a couple of Baycats in the first inning who were chomping at the bit to get on the run.
Baycats not afraid to use some of the speed they have on the base passes, that's for sure. Let the defense have to hurry things along.
Lawson winds and delivers, runs that one inside. That'll be 2-2.
Burns was definitely looking on her pitch there.
And Lawson with one strikeout so far in the ball game. That would have Ryan Rio in a big spot with runners on the corners. Is again delivering and running low. And Lawson looks a little bit frustrated there that he couldn't get Burns to chase it. Count is full.
It's just some good plate discipline on the count of Burns here.
Oh, Lawson got him swinging through it that time. Second strikeout of the ball game for the towering righty.
And I bring it Kenise Ejo, who grounded out to the first baseman in the first inning.
Real heads-up play by Tanner Rempel on that one. As Kenise Ejo will step in, and representative of that strikeout, we just saw the gentleman with the Little Caesars pizza spear.
It's going to make us hungry very shortly here.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
As Lawson delivers to Ejo, that one runs away. Started just to the inside corner of the plate and ran way out. Lawson really has it dancing. It's just the Baycats have shown impressive discipline.
They have the speeds for Ejo to deal with, who set the single season record for the Baycats with 26 stolen bases. And he's hoping to steal even more this year. And he wants to chase Brandon Nicholson's record this year.
Ooh.
So the gauntlet's been thrown down.
That will be fun.
And a huge shout out to Sam O'Coin of the Barrie Baycats for passing on some notes this morning and on pretty much the whole roster.
They do a great job in Barrie covering the team.
They do.
Spectacular work covering the Baycats. We really got to see that in the playoffs last year, and it was very, very impressive. As Lawson will deliver, and that one shot through in between Marriott and Duncan. And that will result in a single for Ejo and runners on first and second.
Zach Orchard up to second base, Ejo at first, so Ejo will have to move some guys around here before he gets a steal and not attempt the base here. Or you might see a double steal with Orchard on base as well, the former Maple Leaf.
As Adam Odd will step in. Another great crowd here tonight for the Cardinals. The left field bleachers pretty well full. Grandstand in front of us full. Country night tonight. And the Baycats brought a pretty good cheering section of their own down the right field side.
They definitely did. I was like a lot of guys and gals were on the bus. with the team.
Odd on the ground. That'll be scooped at second by Loveridge. Quick over to Rempel. And once again, the Baycats will strand, this time a pair. Brett Lawson out of any danger, and the Cardinals will get the bats back in their hands when we return to Mountain Mitsubishi. Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14.
Hey, my friends, we have a very special birthday here at Barrie.
It's Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball here on Cable 14. Reed Neal with you upstairs. However, we have not yet heard from the third man of our crew, Troy Islikar, downstairs. Troy, tonight a lot nicer for you downstairs at field level. What's the atmosphere like on a much nicer Friday night?
Is Troy lost in the parking lot somewhere?
I think we've lost Troy.
Uh-oh.
Is he getting a hot dog? Where'd he go?
I'm not sure.
All right, we'll catch up with Troy momentarily as Frank Garces back on the hill to open up the bottom of two, and it's Luis Bernardo.
Luis Bernardo, Dennis DeBanning, and Zach Marriott due up in this inning, so some batters that definitely can challenge Mr. Garces here.
I was kind of expecting Troy to take over the show at some point.
Yeah,
I hadn't
so
heard
was
from
I.
him yet, so I was getting worried.
Well, we saw him. He came up and shook hands.
We know he's here.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, he got locked out somewhere?
It's like Carmen Sandiego. Where did Troy go?
Look for the man, in the tall man, the tall man with the red shirt on and the silver hair.
He is extremely hard to miss.
Yep. Not to be mistaken with Santa Claus.
As Garces delivers.
I'm going to get heck for that one, aren't I?
Oh, boy. Troy, for once, it wasn't me.
Hey, you thought it. I just said it.
The count 1-1. Garces into Bernardo. That one on the ground to short, and quick fire over to first. Bernardo retired on the throw. Burns to Williams.
Carson Burns with the smooth hands, easy out there as 6-3 goes to put it. Bernardo is retired for the first dead of the second inning. And now Dennis DeBanning, who leads the team with 2 home runs.
Dennis DeBanning will make his way in. DeBanning hitting a scorching .429 to open up the season. However, Frank Garces is not going to make it easy on him to continue that incredible start. As Garces winds and delivers. Outside corner, gets the call.
So Garces, according to Sam's notes, doesn't like it getting his pitcher taken.
Interesting.
Doesn't like speaking with the media either, so I'm not going to try to push that one at all.
No.
My Spanish is not that good either, so that's okay. Dennis DeBanning requested time, and Garces has to sit on that mound a little longer here.
I don't think Garces was so happy about that being granted.
No. Words was said underneath the breath, I'm sure.
Garces ran that one inside. DeBanning gets a hold of it, but sends it out foul. Having dealt with a lot of import players on the hockey side previously, a lot of times not fans of doing media just because of the language barrier.
Yeah, well, exactly. They don't want to come off sounding weird or something, or could ask something. And that one's a diving stop, almost caught by Burns. But Dennis DeBanning will reach on a single.
Nice piece of hitting there from Dennis DeBanning as he just loops it over Burns. And he'll take what he can get with Zach Marriott coming up. Let's take another look. Carson Burns almost came up with a bit of a spectacular play.
Almost got it.
Boy, he was within just inches.
Ball tailed away from him just at the last second.
And we saw Carson Burns really run up the pitch count in his at-bat and in the field. Very athletic shortstop. He can make a lot of plays. He's already made a couple of defensive stops in this one.
Indeed he has.
But yeah, just back to that thought, Neil, you're exactly right. Guys don't want to come off sounding strange. They don't want something to get lost in translation, something that they say that it might have a different meaning in
their language
tongue
compared to ours, yeah.
I absolutely don't blame them for being a little hesitant.
Like, I got to work on Japanese and I got to work on Spanish because the teams I work with, they've got Japanese players and they got Spanish players now. So I'm just like, okay.
Marriott into center, and whoa. Ijo and Macabroda were both charging hard. It'll be Nolan Macabroda who makes the play, 2 away.
F7, Marriott's retired on 2 down, and Tanner Rampel come into play. As DeBanning has to go back to first.
Take another look as Ijo's charging hard. Macabroda, not sure if Macabroda was able to make that call, but a little bit later than he had anticipated, because it looked like Ijo did pull up and start to
peel
back
off.
him. Yeah.
The last thing you want in that situation is a collision out there.
Boy, how much ground can Ijo cover, too?
He can go.
Garces delivers over the plate, strike one. Tanner Rumpel, one of the nicest guys in sports. I've already had a nice conversation with him and Tyler Duncan to start the season. There's a friendliness around players in the IBL that is so rare that you just don't find that often.
Oh, exactly. Like off the field, a lot of these guys will, chime in at each other's Instagrams or whatever else and just have some fun.
Yeah, it's serious, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful way to look at the sport. A number of guys that we've had come up here and talk to us about how lucky they are to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
As Garces winds and delivers, gets Rempel swinging through it. And Frank Garces, he's given up 1 hit in the ball game, and he is through 2 innings clean as we come to the end of the second inning. And good news, we've found Troy. But what is he doing out in the parking lot? Troy, out to you.
Oh, we are so ready to run the bases.
You probably wonder what I do game. What the is he doing down there? Well, I'm out looking for foul ball in behind this, just behind where you guys are. Balls. There's all kinds of them back here. Cardinals, and they have 3 to 4 bucks the ball that they go through. Each box is about $70. So baseball. The Cardinals catching some of these balls, bringing them back. Eric Spearin says it's part of the game experience. He wants the fans to catch the balls, keep the balls, go home with the ball. You'll be back. Guys, back to you.
Troy, thank you very much, Troy. That was quite the investigation, and Troy's filling his pockets out there with baseballs.
Well, hey, he gets a couple more. He's probably got a couple of freezies or something for the snack bar.
No, I've seen the man cave for Troy.
Yep.
It is impressive. And those may be, I wouldn't be surprised if he's down there getting Strecker to autograph one of them to, actually.
Well, I would be surprised. That would be a bad idea.
That's not a half bad idea now that
exactly.
I think about it. Absolutely. Troy having some fun out in the parking lot. They told me he was in the parking lot in my ear, and finding out what, and that's a great point because I've been asked that before, but what happens with foul balls?
Well, exactly.
And I love the program the Cardinals have.
Yep.
You can keep them, or you can turn them in for a treat.
Yep.
Can't lose.
And it's different between each of the different ballparks in the IBL. I know the Barrie Baycats have Baycats bucks now, which is the same sort of thing. You can turn in baseballs, $5. I think you get something from the snack bar or something, or you get something from the merch tent or whatever they got down there too. So
hey, that's certainly not anything to turn up your nose at. That's for sure.
That's a great hat you got, Jimmy. How many baseballs did that cost you?
Well, I was just going to say, one of the things about the IBL that I've noticed is every team seems to have great merch.
Yeah.
Every team that comes through here, they've got something that you look at and go, hey, I'd like
Well, exactly. Like I've got my feelers out for a program coming from the Baycats. I've got my feelers coming out for a hat from Chatham Kent, because, it's just a brand new team and everything else. I want that bus logo they've got for a fridge magnet.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah. So I've been all over those guys as far as that stuff's like. You got to make it happen, guys.
I've got a couple of buddies who every year pick up a couple of hats from minor league baseball teams.
Yep.
For no other reason than they really like the logos, and it's a cool collection to have that not a lot of people have.
Oh, exactly. Like the Isotope logo, and you got some other stuff. There's some really unique ones down in minor league baseball right now.
One of my favorites is the Augusta Green Jackets.
That is such a cool one.
That is, how does it get any better than that?
No,
combining
exactly.
two worlds. To the hockey side, have you seen the Savannah Ghost Pirates?
I have not seen that one. I'm going to have to go Google that one on the way home.
So the Ghost Pirates are the ECHL affiliate to the Seattle Kraken, and you've got the Kraken, oh my goodness, Coachella Valley team in the AHL, and then you've got the Ghost Pirates in the ECHL. And why am I blanking on the Coachella Valley team name?
It'll come to you when it's the middle of the night. You'll be sending a text message at God knows what hour.
What really makes me mad about that is that Ryan Winterton and Logan Morrison, two former Bulldogs, are playing for Coachella Valley. As
Ricky Phillips takes strike one from Brett Lawson here.
Nate up behind us, Coachella Valley Firebirds.
Nate's the best.
As Brett Lawson delivers again. 1-1 the count.
I think it's 0-2 actually.
So my apologies to our fans in Coachella Valley.
Whoa. Lawson wanted that one, so did Bernardo. And I think Phillips knew he got beat on that one.
Yeah, I kind of did too, to be honest with you. That one was, not sure where that was. As Phillips will send this one into center field. Nicholson backing underneath it, and that's one away.
The classic can of corn for the first out of the inning.
So my point in all that was the Seattle organization actually has some of the coolest logos in the hockey world all connected.
That does sound like it's a good thing. I'm going to definitely have to look at some more into that. I know I've always wanted something with the Kraken logo because, again, I play a game called Sea of Thieves a lot on Xbox, so it's like, yeah, it's pirate theme. So, yeah, the Kraken comes out and wrecks my nights sometimes.
Yeah, that'll happen. As that one just off the outside to Rio, who this time comes up in a bit of a nicer situation if you're Brett Lawson with nobody on.
Much easier to deal with nobody aboard here for Rio.
Strike one to run it to 1-1 the count.
Rio looked at that one a little harder than it usually does, so him and Jamie Killingsworth not on the same page as far as the strike zone so far.
Ooh, strike two as Rio was taking a healthy cut there. Lawson winds and delivers that one on the ground from Rio. When Ryan Rio swings, he gets his money's worth.
So Ryan Rio last year set the new team high record, RBI record with 48, passing Kyle DeGrace, Jordan Castaldo, and Kevin Atkinson. Three guys that should be on when the Baycats start retiring numbers and stuff like that. Those will probably be your first ballot, no doubt. Those three guys.
Yeah, those are impressive names right there. As Lawson will wind and deliver, and that one off the outside to run it full.
And a classy move by Jordan Castaldo, which I don't think anything less than that. I think Castaldo would do it. He reached out when Rio broke the record to congratulate him.
Yeah, that's cool. Again, from everything that I know about him, that's right in line with the character. As Lawson will deliver, Rio. There's another one for Troy. That's way out of here.
That's way out of here. That's out by the tennis court. Sort of.
Nobody running track out on the other side here.
No, it looks like the track's all done. Well, man, that must have been a hot day if they had to do that today.
Oof. As Rio will send this one foul.
Rio's giving a lot of people souvenirs, and that one's not going to hit a car, but almost scared somebody out in the parking lot. Yes, balls can come out that far.
I actually thought it was going to clang right off the roof of the truck. Cable 14 truck is just out there. Rio got a hold of this one into center. It'll hang high into the air. Underneath it is Nicholson, and that's 2 away.
Got to bring Malik Williams, who walked the last time up.
Number 29, Malik Williams.
Rio now 0 for 2, a strikeout and an F8 on the score sheet.
One more F8. I think Nicholson will have a hat trick in this inning.
Yep. If you're Brett Lawson, that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as it stays inside the ballpark.
And stays off the scoreboard.
That's right. That one ends up a little bit low. Lawson doing some housekeeping over on the hill.
Some scary numbers on Malik Williams. 30 at-bats last year, 567.
Yeah, that is indeed scary. Oh, jeez.
567. Jeez.
So, and that's not, you're not talking on base. You're talking batting average.
Yeah, that's his batting average. Just in 30 at-bats. If he would have been here for the full season, I hate to see what the actual average would have been. Definitely north of 450.
I was going to say, that is not a small sample size at that point. Ball on the ground, and Williams going to be able to just squeeze that through the hole in between Marriott coming off third. Duncan at short, and Malik Williams is on with a single.
Those guys having a little conversation. So, yeah, not sure who could have got that one, but the seeing eye single.
The answer, I think, to that is neither.
Yep.
I think that is just into exactly the right spot.
And I'm getting updated by Sam McCoy. There's actually 4 numbers being retired this year, but he forgot which numbers they were. It's okay, Sam. It's okay.
It's one of those days.
Yeah.
It's one of those days.
Too much sun, Sam. It's okay. And I was on you pretty early this morning.
But you wake him up? Did you get him?
I think I did.
Did you get him before the coffee?
I'm pretty sure I woke him up. Because I usually, my day starts at work at 7:45, so I'm like, okay, I'm just starting sending out the prep I need for Friday nights.
Fair enough. Nolan McEnroe, the man up. I managed to slide a few days out of the office this week. Birthday on Wednesday, so.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. Took some time at home with the little guys.
That's very important.
It was nice. It was a nice. You forget how long and how hard you're running until you get a few days off. As McEnroe on the ground at first, Tanner Rempel. Nice play, steps to the bag, and that will retire the side. Brett Lawson will make the walk back to the dugout. Cardinals will get the lumber back into the mitts when we return to Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. It's Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball here on Cable 14. We heard from him out in the parking lot a few moments ago as we get set for the bottom of the third inning. Troy, how many baseballs did you manage to collect while you were out there?
Just 6 this time. Just 6?
Yeah. How many kids have asked for all 6 of those
I gave them all away. Exactly what Eric Spearin wants his guys to do. Wants the kids all have baseballs in their hand.
Oh, exactly.
Before the game, I talked to Chris Piano. I actually had a really good chat with him, and what a nice guy he is, and really has his stuff together and ready for his first job as a manager in the IBL. And we talked about the most important thing going forward for this team, and he said it's pitching, and more pitching. Lots of pitching depth is so important. And Neil, you and I saw Owen Slater make his debut on Sunday and did a masterful job for a guy who's played his first IBL game. And he'll be off to Missouri State in the fall, but he'll be pitching Sunday against London Majors. Chris tipped me off a little bit. And then he is states-bound. Not exactly sure where, but he
definitely
will be
one of the summer collegiate leagues and just looking for, some more experience.
Absolutely, and the school there wants him to get that experience at that level. So his first game last Sunday, his last game will be this Sunday.
I wish him all the best.
Well, unfortunate to lose a talented arm this early in the season. Of course, we
went through that with Lanigan last year.
Yep. We saw it happen last year as well, which wasn't exactly what the Cardinals want to see. Well, it is and it isn't, because you want to see them succeed at the highest possible level. Ball on the ground, and Renault safe. Malik Williams dropped it after it got over to him, and Renault is going to manage to get on base here, as Garces has not seen a lot of base runners tonight.
Looks like he just rushed the throw, and that's why it was in the air, and then Williams tried to go up in the air to keep the ball in play here, and he had to sky that one up there. And just when he came down, it came out of the glove on Renault's head almost. Leadoff man aboard for the Cardinals here to start the third inning. Likely will be charged an E4 on the throw. Can't fault Williams on that one. He had to go up and climb the ladder to get the ball in, keep the ball in the glove.
And now it's the newcomer, Keeler Loveridge. At Allen Hancock College, where he was a Bulldog no less, a .303 batting average over 34 games.
Not bad at all.
So he knows how to put the ball in play, although Garces is going to get him swinging through that one. That will be the difference. I don't know that he saw anybody quite like Frank Garces.
No, I don't think too many guys in college can throw like Frank Garces.
No. As Garces delivers, Loveridge skies it deep into right field. Making his way back is Phillips, and that's one away.
Renault has to go back to first. Loveridge retired on the F9 for the first out of the inning.
So we know Loveridge can put a jolt into a ball.
Number 4, Brandon Nicholson.
And Brandon Nicholson will be looking to put a jolt in to get himself on base. Nicholson and Berg in the same category that we talked about earlier on, hitting out of the 1-2 spots for the Cardinals. Nicholson starting the season at a 200 average, Berg 143. Those numbers are going to come up.
Yep.
We know they're both going to flirt 300 as the season gets along, and I don't think there's going to be any concerns there.
I don't see any, no.
As Garces will have the look in, delivers for a strike, and Nicholson finds himself in a hole 0-2.
Garces just looked back with a death stare at Renault at first and said, "You're not going anywhere, right?"
You're staying right here. As Garces delivers, that one high, and Jaco had a thought about testing it down to first base. Now the Cardinals lineup, Neil, we believe is about to get deeper as well, with Josh Niles likely to be returning.
Yeah, Canisius was eliminated from postseason play, so he'll be back on his way home. Made the all graduate team as far as that stuff goes too, so some academic accolades as well, which probably made Mama Niles real happy.
Oh, got to imagine. Nicholson retired as Garces spins it over to Williams, but it does get Renault to second with Danny Berg stepping in.
Berg would like to get into one here and just find a way, a little bloop single somewhere off the end of the bat here, do a job, get a run home.
In the 2023 season, it just felt like Josh Niles never really got things really rolling for himself, battled some injuries. The 2022 season, if he returns to that form with health, the Cardinals, the middle of that lineup just got a whole lot deeper because Niles can hammer the ball.
No question he can.
And for a guy with that size and that kind of power, he is a bit of an on-base machine. As Garces will have to look in at Berg on the 0-1. Berg on the ground, got a
Favorable hop. Odd was able to get a piece of it to keep it in the infield. Odd's play there may have stopped Renault from being able to scoot home.
I think it did. I thought he had it, and so he was slowing down a little bit, but a great job on the Sells job by Odd here, which you watch the replay come through, and it's just chopped high, and then it's just like he does a great job of stopping that.
Ends up being a bit of a pseudo infield single. It really, by all regard, should have gotten into the outfield. Odd.
It gets in the outfield. It's a run across. He saved a run right there.
I think that's what Lane Renault's telling him right now. He had a little bit of an embrace over at third. It was a heck of a play.
Yep.
As Garces delivering to Duncan, and this is not the scenario where you want Tyler Duncan up.
This is not, no.
Runners on the corners. Garces flirting with a little bit of danger here. Garces delivers, and Duncan gets a lot of it, but he'll shoot it out of the ballpark foul.
Now, in large situations, you would think Berg was probably going to try to think about taking second to deny the force here, but you don't want to take the bat out of Tyler Duncan's hands here either.
No, the reigning MVP already off to a .333 start to his season. Just a special talent that the Cardinals and General Manager George Halim was able to find and bring to Hamilton. It's a bit of a Western Canada pipeline right now for the Cardinals. As Garces delivers, and that one runs outside. Seeing a lot of guys from Western Canada make their way from pretty much Calgary to BC, kind of.
Well, that's the difference that George Halim can make as far as that stuff goes. He's got contacts, resources out there. He's got ball players from out there.
Garces delivers. He gets Duncan swinging through for strike two.
Duncan takes the hat off and just adjusts it a little bit.
How big is his Rolodex, George Halim's?
You remember the scene from Bruce Almighty when Bruce gets all that stuff? I'm pretty sure that's what his Rolodex looks like. It just keeps going.
It's incredible.
Yep.
And if anybody uses a Rolodex, maybe it's just the contacts listed on his phone.
Yeah, now it's just on his phone. His phone must just be on it 24/7.
I don't know how he keeps it all straight.
But he'll tell you guys that are coming down the pipeline 3-4 years from now.
Yeah.
Like he's that dialed in.
When it comes to assembling a ball club, he's a genius. I mean, he's talked to us about it. It's like being able to play MLB The Show, but I actually get to see this in person. That's a fun feeling to have. Garces delivers. Oh, he got Duncan on the off speed. Duncan swings away on it, and the Cardinals side is retired. No score through 3 innings in this one. We will be right back to Mountain Mitsubishi. Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball after these words from our friends at Armstrong Bird Food.
No amount of studying can guarantee a gambling win. Find tips for safer play at gamblingisrandom.ca.
Hi, my name is Lino Farrow, the host of Crippled Talks. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. or check your guide for alternate times right here on Cable 14 for engaging discussions with subject matter experts on a variety of crucial topics related to the affordable housing crisis, the issues, challenges, and the quality of life faced by many persons within our vulnerable population. See you soon.
After a day out with your friends and it comes time to hit the road, you can be proud of yourself for always driving sober. No matter where you are or who you're spending time with, if you plan on driving, don't plan on drinking. We rely on our roads to bring us together. That's why it's so important to do our part to keep our communities safe. Help stop impaired driving before it happens. Every day, everywhere, because all roads lead to home. A message from Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
to another episode of The Frontline. Fridays at 6:30, we go one-on-one with police, fire, and paramedics. They give us an update on everything that is going on, and they pass along some pretty good tips, too. So please tune in Fridays 6:30 right here on Cable 14.
Sometimes the littlest things can make the biggest difference. Like nature brightening your day. Bring nature to your backyard with Armstrong Bird Food. Feeding cardinals since 1986.
It's country night on Mountain Mitsubishi. Friday night baseball with the Hamilton Cardinals hosting the Barrie Bay Cats. I like that Armstrong Bird Food message. What a cardinal they had on that bird feeder.
That is quite the bright cardinal.
My dad's watching that going, how do I get that one on my bird feeder?
Well,
my dad's a big cardinal guy.
Well, we have two cardinals that hang out around the house. I want to say all winter long.
Don't say that on the air. My dad's coming over.
I'll take pictures for him next time. Actually, I probably have pictures on the phone, actually. Our secret is the black arms. Actually, we actually do use the Armstrong brand sunflower seeds. So, there you go.
There it is.
There it is. If the Armstrong people are listening, hey, I'm running kind of low. So, you want to hook a guy up, send some to Guelph.
Can we get a bag for Neil?
Yeah.
As Jaco flares this one just over.
Which reminds me, I got to make a note for myself to fill the bird feeders before I go to the Royals game tomorrow. I felt bad this morning. I walked out and they're all empty. Oh man, I feel bad.
You got a busy bird feeder set up.
Yeah. Between the birds and the squirrels, I haven't figured out how to keep the squirrels out of things yet, though.
I'll talk to some people that I know.
You know a guy.
I know a guy. I know a lady too. My mom's pretty good at that stuff.
Yeah. Jenny's mom's Sherry is really good at that stuff too. She loves that. We got her a bird feeder with a camera in it actually now, so she can track it.
Oh, see now we're getting technology involved. I was going to say, my grandfather before he passed was the gardener extraordinaire, and he had I can't remember how many bird feeders around his backyard. It was an oasis. You go out there and sit. You have flowers all over the place. You have birds chirping. Yep. He was a master at finding ways to keep pigeons and squirrels out of his bird feeders. So I believe my mom still has some of those strategies. So I'll put in a call.
Grandpa Carmen was like that too. He used to call me Charlie though. I'm not sure why.
Okay.
See you later, Charlie. See you in the funny papers.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe just because he had so many grandkids, he couldn't remember people's names. Charlie just seemed to work.
Well, fair enough.
His account is 1 and 2 on Hayden Jaco.
Zach Orchard. Hayden Jaco standing over on first.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
The flare over top of Keeler Loveridge.
My bad. Sorry.
That's why we're here together. You had to bail me out last week.
And I was looking for a picture of a cardinal for you for some reason. I'll find it later.
Lawson will deliver. Orchard on the ground. And that one, Duncan gets the first out. Oh, my goodness gracious. Tanner Rempel hits the splits, and it's a double play.
Ouch. That just feels bad looking at how it went through that. But he made the play. And definitely a walking, talking Tide commercial now.
A rifle from Tyler Duncan back across to first. Duncan gets the first out there, and then watch this. Oh!
Ah. Yeah.
Wow. And you're exactly right, Neil. Tanner Rempel is going to need some Tide Pods. Likely more than one.
Yep. But apparently the Cardinals have a laundry service, so he doesn't have to do the laundry, so that's okay.
Good point. What a play first by Duncan to be able to get that initial out. But then the snag by Rempel over at first. Tyler Duncan, we've seen the ups and the downs so far, transitioning from right field to shortstop. That's not exactly an easy transition. He's really coming a long way in a very short amount of time.
As Lawson delivers, and that'll get it to 1-2, squaring off with Burns.
Just a testament to his athleticism. Be able to make that adjustment now, and you go from chasing down fly balls to chasing ground balls that come at a different angle at you.
Burns will flare this one into foul territory out towards the fans.
Burns is 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning.
You gotta love what Tyler Duncan did, going to George Halim and saying, I will move as an MVP to a more premium position to open up more spots, as Brett Lawson picks up another strikeout, his third of the ball game, as he retires Burns, retires the side. Cardinals bats will come back into their hands as we will head to the bottom of 4 when we return to Mountain Mitsubishi Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. It's Mountain Mitsubishi, Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. Bottom of the 4th inning as this game chugging along at a pretty darn good pace thus far. Luis Bernardo is going to lead things off for the Cardinals. 0 for 1 so far, Neil.
Yeah, and Bernardo 0 for 1, but he hit it pretty hard at the shortstop his last time up, so just a matter of he's just got to get the timing down just a little bit more here. He hit a home run on Sunday, too, so he's got the pop in his bat.
Cardinals have had some decent contact, but they have not been able to entirely solve the riddle that is Frank Garces.
Nope.
And, well, a lot of people have had that trouble. What's impressive so far, though, is they've only had the pair of strikeouts against Garces, who rang up 10 in his first appearance of the season. Bernardo is going to shoot this into the gap in left center. Ejo will cut it off, but Luis Bernardo opens the bottom of the 4th with a single.
Bernardo showing no fear against Garces here and takes him out to the center field. And a great job by Ejo to cut that one down in a hurry here, or extra bases would be looming large for Bernardo and company.
Dennis DeBanning, who had the first hit of the game for the Cardinals, that coming back in the bottom of the 2nd, now steps in. And with the live statistical updates, Dennis DeBanning up to 500 on the season to open up. Garces delivers. DeBanning chopped that one.
Foul.
Yeah. So on the top of the last inning, we saw a brilliant defensive play. Duncan over to Rempel on the double play. That really helps keep this game scoreless. Cardinals now looking to try to make that pay off. The Baycats dugout was not so happy that the Cardinals got the call on that double play.
Nope.
Of course, they got to be careful with how much they argue that.
Well, exactly.
As DeBanning shoots this into deep right field. Back to the track, to the wall. It takes off the side. DeBanning into second on the slide.
Luis Bernardo over to third. DeBanning almost beat the fence, but it's a double from Bernardo with, from DeBanning with nobody out that puts two in scoring position, and Zach Marriott coming up.
You see the replay here, and it just misses off the top of the Luna sign here in right field. As DeBanning chugs hard in for second.
DeBanning was starting the home run trot with the way it was looking. It certainly did look like it was going to get out of the park. Ricky Phillips didn't look like he had a whole lot of hope for it out there.
No, he was just looking to see where the fence was to make sure he didn't run into it or through it.
And then it caromed off the Leuna sign right next to the right field foul pole.
Of course, Phillips, a great defender. You saw that in the exhibition games against the Thornhill Redbirds as well. So wouldn't be surprised to see him throw a couple of highlight reel catches in somewhere through the season.
Marriott pokes that one foul very quickly behind 0-2. It's Marriott, then Rempel, and Renault. And two runners in scoring position. Bernardo at third, DeBanning at second. Back-to-back hits as Frank Garces trying to settle things down.
Infield in now, they just got to knock it down and keep it in front of them.
First time in the ballgame, Neil, that Garces has had back-to-back batters reach base on him.
Didn't happen often last year.
And he'll get Marriott swinging away on that breaking ball. Garces with the strikeout.
Marriott, I'm pretty sure, has not seen breaking stuff like that in his young career so far.
Oh, that's pretty high-level stuff right there from Frank Garces.
Number 44, Tanner Rempel.
Tanner Rempel, who hit the splits in the top of the inning. Can he make it happen with the bat in the bottom of the inning?
One away now. Infield still in here.
I'm not sure that Luis Bernardo is necessarily the runner that you want to try the squeeze with.
No, but if you can get something on the first base side anyways to force them to turn around here or something just to...
Strike one as Garces able to curve that one back over the plate. I mean, golden ticket here if you're Rempel might just be a little looper over the infield. That will likely score two.
If you get it up over the infield here, DeBanning definitely has the wheels to come chugging home fast.
Garces delivers, and he really heated that one up. Rempel swings through. 1-2. Garces with the look into Jaco. Trying to navigate through a whole lot of danger right here. Gets Rempel swinging for the strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Garces after Bernardo's single and DeBanning's double. The Cardinals now find themselves 2 out with 2 on.
Frank Garces going into full damage control mode now. Might have got 2 hits off me, but that might be the last thing you get this inning. As he has to battle with Lane Renault, who reached on an error the last time up.
So Lane Renault will stare out at Garces. Big moment here in the ball game. Brett Lawson worked through a bases loaded jam early on. Garces trying to work through 2 in scoring position here in the bottom of the 4th. As Garces gets Renault chasing. Neil, he's hit another speed here after surrendering those 2 hits.
Not quite ludicrous speed, but close enough.
Spaceballs, got the reference.
Yep, you got it.
Love that movie.
Still can't show the kids that one.
Nope. Oh, Garces gets Renault looking at one on the knees, and the first 2 hits of the inning go for naught. Garces back-to-back-to-back Ks, no score through 4 full innings on Mitsubishi Friday Night Baseball here at Bernie Arbor Stadium as we go downstairs to our third man, Troy Islikar, who I believe is over by the concession stand.
All the things that the Cardinals have got going on this season, the one that I love the most is the merchandise. And I'm with Logan and Laura. And these guys have got the best job in the building selling this stuff because they can't keep it on the shelves. Logan, take me through some of the stuff that's available here and what your favorite is and what are the best sellers.
Okay, so right here we have the Hamilton Cardinals seat cushion.
Right.
Great for the ballpark because you're sitting there for a long time. You want to stay comfortable.
Got to have one, and especially after a 3-hour game, right? And
the T-shirt right here is our best seller. We sell it out a lot. And then these two hats over here are our two best-selling hats. And then
if you're not familiar with the Cardinals logo, the new one that was rebranded last year, this is the one. This is one of the best logos in sports going right now. And they've got this in red and black, and they've got the hammer hats. What else have you got here? Laura, what else you got back there?
Sweaters here. We've got printed. We also we have embroidered ones that we don't have out right now, but we've got tons of different options. T-shirts, you got different colors. You got red, you got black, you got gray even, you got Cardinals, you got hammers, you got tons of different options here.
The most important question right now is what do you have in XL? Just inquiring.
Our best seller, we got the black one here. We also have most of our shirts in extra large.
So come on down to the concession stand. I think I might pick one of these babies up. They're just gorgeous, and they've got everything. Best thing in the building is the merch. Guys, back to you.
I knew before that was over, Troy was going to ask about the XL.
Yeah, oh, exactly. Troy's got a trunk full of shirts right now.
He is the smartest man in sports.
Yep.
Troy downstairs, thank you, pal. I couldn't agree with him more, Neil. I think this rebrand for the Cardinals has done wonders as Kenice Icho steps in to open up the top of the fifth inning. We talked about it a lot last year as you and I got to see this rebirth of baseball in the city of Hamilton. It's continued right along into this season. And when you come to the park, everybody, they're wearing the black hat. They're wearing the red hat. There's Cardinal logos all over the place. And what I think is really set the vision that Eric has put in apart from everything that's come before is not just about what's going on. He's embraced. You can see them down the foul fence line out by where the TV truck is. The history of the team as well, right down to what we just saw. Laura walked past it there, that 1978 champion shirt. They've embraced everything about the history of the Hamilton Cardinals organization.
Exactly. You got a throwback night coming up on June 1st as well. A special Saturday night ball game. Actually.
Is that one really bent in on Kenice Icho?
I know Travis has got a couple ideas in the truck as far as what we're going to do that night, too. So,
oh, boy.
I was digging around from a couple of thrift shops looking for some 1970s attire here so I could find something. I don't know. Maybe we'll pull like a Don Cherry style sports coat or something for that night, the flannel or something. But it's going to be really hot, too. So,
I have a few of those as Icho puts it on the ground. Glove to hand on the turn. Rempel stretches and gets it.
Somebody's going to owe Tyner Rempel some serious adult beverages tonight.
First of all, what a play by Keeler Loveridge making his IBL debut to go from glove to hand. And then, you're right, Neil, Tanner Rempel is doing a brilliant job at first base. Look at the stretch.
Yep. You got a close-up right there. He just towed the bag, and that shows the ball to the umpire and gets the call. And another mouthful of dirt, too.
Odd chops this one. And I lost that immediately coming off the bat as it ends up foul out by the old Cardinals logos.
Yep.
It's just incredible to see this rebirth of baseball and how it's continued into this season as, another great stab. Cardinals defensively showing off. Zach Marion pulls that one down, delivers it over to Rempel for 2 away.
And Adam Odd just shaking his head down the line going, man, what do I got to do to get a base hit in this game?
The young guys for the Cardinals in the field doing a number. Loveridge over at second, Marriott at third. As Phillips sends this one into right field, down the line. DeBanning will scoop it, and Phillips on with the single.
Phillips will reach the board here with a two-out single. Bring up Ryan Rijo now. 0 for 2 in the contest. The strikeout looking and flew out to center field his last time up.
Phillips essentially said, okay, I see what you did at second. I see what you did at short.
I'm going to put one over your head.
Yeah, at third. I'm just going to flip this thing down the foul line.
Yep.
As Rio. And you would prefer to face him with nobody on. However, just one on this time. As Lawson off the plate, 1-0.
Out-of-town scoreboard, 200 games underway in the Inter-County. Kitchener on top of London, 2-1 in the top of the fourth inning at London. Bottom of the second inning, up the road in Brantford, Jackfish and Red Sox tied at 1 apiece.
Bernardo delivers that one. He didn't get out of the crouch the way he would have wanted. It was in behind Duncan, and Phillips is going to have the stolen base. And looked like Phillips might have been a little bit banged up there.
He's going to be dusting himself off too.
For Phillips, it's his second steal of the ball game. Had one after he reached in the first on an error. As Lawson gets Rio swinging through that. And actually, I stand corrected, Neil. In the first inning, Phillips was credited with the single.
Yeah, so change that on mine as well. I thought for sure it was an error, but they gave him the single. That's okay.
And Lawson gets Rio swinging through again. 1-2.
Like the scoreboard had one more strike up there, so everybody was walking off the field almost.
Scoreboard at Bernie Arbor at times can play some games.
Yes, it can. Sometimes the radio transmitter doesn't quite reach out to the board either, so you hit a button and thought he entered it. Phillips goes on that pitch.
And Lawson gets Rio swinging through it once again. Brett Lawson is twirling a beauty. Lawson picking up his fourth strikeout of the game with that one to Rio, and we are through 4.5. Cardinals about to get the ball back in their hands as Lawson talks to Chris Piano on his way down to the dugout, and we'll be back with Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. Welcome back to Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. Neil, some action beginning down in the Cardinals bullpen. Brett Lawson has gone through 5 scoreless and is twirling a gem.
Definitely twirling a gem, but he had a conversation with Chris Piano when he came off the field here, so indications might be Lawson's night might be done. Especially with the way that bullpen is throwing here.
Well, you don't want to put him in a situation where his arm gets overtaxed.
Well, exactly. It's 5 innings, and it's like, well, at my age, and Brett Lawson's got 2 years younger than me, I'm not going to say Lawson's age because I don't have to give my age away, but still, you know. At our age, 5 innings in the books with a big 0 on the board, I think we've done our job tonight.
100%, and done it in spectacular fashion, has Brett Lawson. As Keeler Loveridge will lead things off.
Loveridge 0 for 1. He flew it to right field his first time up.
Had a real nice defensive play in the top of the inning.
Pitching and defense wins you lots of ball games.
And Loveridge will shoot this into right field. Ball was playing some games out there on Ricky Phillips, but he'll bring it down one away.
Of course, Ricky Phillips winning 2 MVP awards and a couple independent leagues in the U.S. He is from Columbus, Ohio as well. And, you can't say that, believe it or not, he's a Michigan State Wolverine fan, but he grew up in Ohio. How does that work?
Wait, what?
Yeah. How are you a Wolverines fan when you grew up in Ohio State country?
Columbus.
Yeah.
The horseshoe is right. How do you, what?
I don't understand that.
You grew up on the banks of the Olentangy, and you're going to tell me you're rooting for Maze and Blue. Troy Islikar's downstairs smiling as Brandon Nicholson shoots this into left field, and running on for that one is Nolan Macabrota. 2 away.
With a great catch on the run, 2 away now. As Nicholson's retired for the 3rd time this evening on the F7.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I'm
like cheering for Montreal, but growing up in Toronto or something like that. You just don't do it.
Well, I can't say a whole lot there. I grew up in Hamilton, and I'm a Bruins fan, so it's.
Well, that's okay. Like it's not. It's not okay, but you know what I mean. It's not. It's not the sacrilege. You're not right in the heartland of Leafdom.
No. Although sometimes it does feel like it.
That would be my brother. Yes.
Oh, Danny Berg threatening to lay down a bunt, 2 away for the Cardinals.
Then my sister's kids are all Vancouver Canucks fans, so it's just like, you know what?
Huh.
Yeah.
How old are they?
They're 6. The oldest one's now 18. So, yeah, they're 18.
Sedin era? Yeah.
And then when they got Matt Sundin, they got a Matt Sundin jersey just to rub it into good old uncle's face and hung it on the wall.
Mm-hmm. He had to know that was coming, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 0-2 the count. Berg sees that one to the outside. I mean, I always got a kick out of it as a kid because my mom is a Montreal fan. My dad is a Bruins fan, and it just seemed inevitable that they would meet in the playoffs.
Yep.
And, watching it on 2 different floors because, you
just can't. That can't mix in a living room.
No. And, I mean, generally, Mom getting the better of it.
Yeah.
2011 notwithstanding.
Well, it's like that Bluey episode. I don't know if have you been indoctrinated into the world of Bluey yet or not?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you know what I'm talking about, that soccer matchup where the mom watches it all by herself.
Yes.
Because she's a fan for the other side.
That's right. And then they all get together because it's a national game the next day. Yes. Absolutely. Oh, Bluey is a frequent. As Danny Berg is going to watch this one run back full. My oldest is he's a big dance guy, so he likes the music.
Oh, God, Chattermax. No. Please, no. Please, no.
Right. No. Running him all towards country music on the Spotify, thank goodness. So
stay away from the Bluey playlist, please.
There's no Bluey playlist, no.
Oh, good.
I haven't shown him that exists.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
My 13-year-old loves Bluey. And it's just like, okay, yeah, every time Chattermax, he just seems to go hyper mode. It's just like, okay, no. You're going to be fun at college parties when you get older.
Oh, boy. As Danny Berg swings through it from Garces. We are through 5 innings of play. We have no score on the board as Lawson and Garces doing a number. You're watching Mountain Mitsubishi, Hamilton Cardinals, Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. We'll be back with you after this.
Hi, can I take your order? Hello?
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. 1 driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. A message from Mad Canada.
Hamilton Life, we have a couple members of the Brought Music Festival in the studio with us. Mary Frances Moore from Theatre Aquarius will be here with some exciting productions coming up this summer. And our good friends are back from Brothers Grimm Bistro with some brand new items from their menu. Join me at 4:30 right here on Cable 14 and cable14.com.
Adele is one of our current staff members. She had a rough, challenged life, and it was because of your support that made that difference. She is now on the right track, continuing her education, going into a college, looking into the field of child and youth, and it's because you made that difference. So I want you to continue to donate to the United Way of
Wednesday at 10 p.m. on the next episode of Just Ask Bob. We demystify the process of quartz countertop fabrication. We chat with Caesarstone Canada about their beautiful products. And we visit the job site for the countertop installation. Remember, always get up, get off the couch, and tackle your to-do list. This is amazing.
It's Mountain Mitsubishi, Hamilton Cardinals, Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. And, of course, we are presented by our friends at Mountain Mitsubishi. Go see them, 2515 Upper James, just down the road here on the mountain. And they have done such a brilliant job getting involved with the Hamilton Cardinals. They get the big signs on the outfield fence right next to the Cable 14 signs, no less.
Excellent placement there.
Cade Kozak will step into the ball game. And Neil Kozak, welcome in. You get Malik Williams as your first at bat.
Yeah, no pressure whatsoever. Malik Williams, just an okay average guy.
Kozak, though, delivers a strike. The lefty.
I meant that in tongue-in-cheek, Malik. I don't want to wind up on somebody's social media saying an okay average guy. We know what happened to Chris Lazar last year.
There was some roasting happening.
Yes, there was.
As Kozak winds and delivers, and Williams shoots this one into foul territory. He keeps bending, and that was a funky hop off the bleachers out there and even further towards the fence.
What can you say about the start from Brett Lawson? 5 innings pitch. Big zeros across the board here. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Did allow 6 hits, though, but, he kept them off the board, kept the Cardinals in the ball game for 5 innings.
Well, and that's exactly it. If you're Brett Lawson, you got to be real pleased with what you managed to do in this game, and the Cardinals, I'm sure, very happy at what he did.
Got a big pat on the back from Chris Piano when he came off the field and everything else, and a lot of fist pumps and high fives.
Kozak delivers that one low, 1-2. Cade Kozak, young pitcher that the Cardinals have a lot of hope for moving forward. As they were, I know, very excited to announce his signing a few weeks back as Malik Williams puts this on the ground, but it's going to run foul.
Zach Marion almost got to that one, but it was already flagged down foul, so he let up on the gas a little bit. So you got some calisthenics going on. We got Strecker getting loose down there with the leg pumps.
Oh, could we see Stefan Strecker step into this ball game at some point?
It might be a possibility.
Top of the 6th inning, we're getting into Strecker territory. As Kozak winds and delivers, and that one just off the outside. Malik Williams, keen eye.
Of course, the Cardinals have got a busy weekend in front of them as well. They have the road trip to Chatham-Kent tomorrow night to take on the Barnstormers. And then they hang back into London on Sunday.
Malik Williams hops all over a hanging curveball there. Put it into center field. A little bit of trouble for Nicholson back towards the track. And Williams is going to be standing with the double.
Good read by Williams on there, seeing how Nicholson wasn't able to get the ball cleanly. Took the second base. And the Baycats have got a runner in scoring position to start the 6th inning.
Kozak just left that one a little too high, and yeah, Malik Williams is going to miss on that. So Nolan Macabroda steps in with nobody out and a runner in scoring position.
Macabroda 0 for 2 in the contest.
And that one runs way outside from Cade Kozak.
The young man's in a, I don't want to say a pressure situation now. He's got a runner on, but he's definitely got to change his approach here. He's got to pitch from the stretch and be mindful of Williams behind him.
Gets Macabroda swinging through that one to even the count 1-1. Cade Kozak pitched at Davis and Elkins as well as Lee in the NCAA ranks.
Macabroda, the former Minnesota Twin, and from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. He fouls this one off. And somebody else is getting a souvenir on the steps here.
So Kozak finds himself in the same spot with Macabroda that he was with Williams. And then he gets to a 2-strike count, but he's got to see if he can navigate a way to put them away. Kozak keeps that eye back on Williams as he delivers to Macabroda, and that will run it to 2-2.
Looked like Jamie Killingsworth wanted to bring the strike 3 call across there, but unfortunately Bernardo wasn't able to field that one cleanly, so kind of hard to sell that one.
Kozak delivers, and that one runs off the elbow of Macabroda.
Just missed inside, unfortunately, and a little too far in. Runners at first and second now. Nobody away for Hayden Jaco.
I was just going to say that, Neil, with Hayden Jaco stepping in, and that is not the man you want to see step in with runners on first and second.
Definitely don't. Rookie of the Year in 2021 with the London Majors.
Kozak's going to have to navigate his way through some danger. We've seen both Lawson and Garces do that in this ball game as Kozak delivers for strike 1. He's gotten ahead of both hitters that he's faced. It's just he hasn't been able to get the Baycats to chase anything once he gets to the 2-strike count.
And that's probably just what everybody knows. They've probably done some research on him, watched somebody else that's seen him pitch, or just watching him warm up and say, okay, well, until we actually got a better book on him, well, let's take a pitch here and two and just make him work. He's a young kid.
Has experience playing out west with Kelowna, does Cade Kozak, outside of the NCAA ranks. As he'll deliver to Jaco, and he's got Jaco behind 0-2. There is action still occurring in the Cardinals bullpen. They've got a righty up and throwing. But from here, tough to get a look at the numbers.
Asking that we shall receive as somebody's nice enough to zoom in down there for us. But, yeah, numbers on the front of the jerseys would definitely be helpful. Or at least if they flip the bullpens around so we can see the backs, like they've done in Welland now. So.
Yeah, that I'd like to see.
And in London, actually, too. They did the same thing.
I mean, not that we're the be-all and end-all up here, but
no,
just makes life a little bit easier on us. As Kozak will deliver, and that one will run low. Jaco able to check his swing, 2-2.
Peeled down at first, denied. And the count is 2-2 now.
Please go meet her at the concession stand. That's Jack Scudell.
Kozak has found himself ahead of each hitter that he's faced, but the Baycats hitters have been able to work the counts. Get themselves back to advantageous positions. Jaco, did he put the brakes on that time?
Oh.
Ooh, they say he did. 3-2.
Definitely don't want to see the replay of that one if you're a Cardinals fan. I thought he went around too far.
It looked from our angle that he did, but Kozak and Bernardo certainly wanted it. There was no delay on the appeal. Kozak delivers. Jaco flares that one foul. And that one's way back and out past the grandstand.
That's what Hayden Jaco and Zach Orchard were doing against Brett Lawson, just making them throw a lot of pitches and not being easy outs here. The youngster definitely feeling the pressure now with full count. And to a board already and nobody away.
Yeah, and with the pitch count quickly inflating, you got to imagine that Kozak may not be long for this ball game, coming in relief here in the 6th. Got to think they'll have an arm just about ready behind him as Jaco shoots this one through the infield. Malik Williams is going to come around. One will score. Brakes are going to be put on at third. And the Baycats, it took all the way to the 6th inning, but Hayden Jaco will have the RBI single.
Jaco with a single. Manchabrota goes to third. Malik Williams comes around to score. 1-0 Baycats here in the 6th.
And still nobody out with runners on the corners.
Whole infield came in for that conversation. Probably just to discuss what they're doing on this play here. With Zach Orchard up the bat, the former Maple Leaf.
So Orchard, who had a single way back in the top of the 2nd.
He's making his Baycats debut tonight. He took a couple years off.
That's a real nice pickup for Josh Matlow and company. And Orchard's going to flare this one well out of the park.
Yeah, he's one of the few guys with no name on the back of their jersey right now. Kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be fixed by the first homestand.
They have not had time to get the name onto the back. Kozak 0-1 to Orchard. And he'll make it 0-2, and this is where Kozak has gotten to 2 strikes against each batter that he's faced, but hasn't been able to retire one yet.
And that's just gonna come with, as he gets more experience in this league. He can kind of, okay, I have to go after these guys now. I can't waste pitches. I can't try to get the guys chase things. I just got to go with my best stuff.
Kozak delivers, and Bernardo able to keep that one from getting away.
You got to pitch from your have to. If you get that reference. No?
Missed me.
Rookie of the year.
Oh. Okay, haven't been there in a while. So
no worries. Ooh, just not getting that call on the outer half here.
Yeah, Luis Bernardo wanted that one bad. 2-2 the count.
And that's a veteran umpire not giving the youngster, that extra little break. Whereas a Brett Lawson or Frank Garces probably gets the punch out there.
I was just going to say, the veteran pitchers likely get a little bit more room to work. Kozak delivers, and Orchard will foul it back.
It's one of those things you got to earn too, though.
It comes in time. Comes in time. As Kozak with the long look once again on the 2-2. Orchard is scooping that one off the bat just out of the reach of Loveridge. And it's an RBI single for Orchard.
Orchard with the dying quell into right field. Just past the glove of Loveridge. So here comes the replay once again. You just see he tried to get out there and just... He doesn't got quite the reach out there.
So it was Macubroda who will come around to score to make this a 2-0 ball game. Hayden Jaco up to second. And Orchard on first. Jaco and Orchard have the RBIs. Carson Burns, the man up.
He starts him with a strike again. Burns didn't like that call. Having words with the plate umpire.
Kind of hard to believe that Kozak got that one and not the one in the previous at bat to Orchard.
Again, umpire's just getting used to the, Kozak's delivery as well and where his location is.
Bernardo setting up outer half. Ball ran in 1-1. Kozak could do himself a whole lot of favors here if he could get a strikeout or a ground ball into a double play.
Either would be huge in this situation right now. It'd be a big, huge confidence boost too.
This feels like Kozak needs to get the weight lifted off the shoulders a little bit. Delivery on the ground. Scooped at second by Loveridge. On to second for one. Back to Rempel. Double play.
And I believe Mr. Duffy called for that one, so that's okay. Point to Duffy.
The youngster needed it. You could see it. He just needed something to get the confidence back up. 4-6-3.
Jaco goes to third. Orchard retired. 6-4 for the first out of it, and the 4-6-3 gets Burns for the second out. Back to the top of the order in Kenice Ejo.
And that's going to do it for Kozak.
He handed the ball off in a hurry and just wants to go collect his slot somewhere quiet.
Let's take a look at some of the handiwork of Tanner Rempel, who you see there standing on the side of the scrum, and what he's been doing over at first baseline. He started all the way back in the first inning. And just the continuous reaches out. Oh, that one still hurts. Oh, my goodness. Keeler Loveridge sends one over to me. Just see the extension on Rempel.
I can just see his dad going, there goes my grandkids.
Oh, goodness. I don't know how he's doing it, but Tanner Rempel is having some fun, and he's getting a lot of love from his teammates.
Now pitching for the Cardinals, number 28, Callum Blue.
Callum Blue will make his way in.
Saw him in the exhibition games, and he was pretty stolid when he came in.
Certainly was.
But he's got a tough task ahead of him. He's got to deal with Kenice Ejo, and then this top of the order. Followed by, if Ejo gets aboard, it's Adam Odd, then Ricky Phillips.
And this will be the IBL debut in the regular season for Blue. And you hear the music that he walks up to, and Blue, who is a big young man, that's got to be a little intimidating. It's Blue getting his warm-ups into Luis Bernardo.
You just hear the zip off the glove into Bernardo's hands.
Yeah, that was what got us both immediately, Neil, when we saw him for the first time, was the snap that he has on his fastball. Not hard to see why Callum Blue is so highly regarded for the Cardinals. As that's Hayden Jaco over at the infield.
Yep, just having a conversation with everybody. Hey guys, how's everything going? How's your season? Where are we going for a bite afterwards?
How often do you see that?
Not too often, not in the middle of a ball game anyways. Maybe you.
As Kenice Ejo will step in. That is something really different.
We got to mic these guys up one of these times just to see what's going on out there.
Callum Blue out of Humber College, 6'4". The Oakville product. And Kenice Ejo just took a look at a fastball.
Humber Hawks have got great pitching. You got Callum Blue, you got Brandon Deans, who's over on the Guelph Royals, and he was just lights out in his debut this year.
Set records at Humber.
Yep.
As Ejo looking at the imposing presence of
Callum Blue tried to run it inside Jaco.
Jaco thought about coming home and is like, I don't think so.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm regretting that decision right away. And he's having a chuckle with the third base coach now as he dusts himself off. A few pounds heavier because of all the dirt.
Yeah, that's for sure. Jaco just looks like he's out there having fun.
Yep. Bernardo does another good job of keeping that one in front of him.
And Bernardo, smart, out to Callum Blue, just getting him to settle down.
Yep. Don't have to overthrow, just hit the mitt 3 times.
Hit the mitt with the same speed he threw the first one, and he's going to give Kenise Ejo some trouble. Jaco on third, count is 2-1, 2 away, top of the 6th. All the runs in the ball game have come here in this inning, and
what are they calling, a balk?
Chris Piano's coming out to talk about it as Hayden Jaco
walked home.
Yeah.
Was it a balk?
There was not a really demonstrative sign.
Is it the disengagement rule? Like, I don't think it was anything else.
Let's take another look as Kenise Ejo now is jogging over to first base.
Did they hit him?
Well, that wouldn't bring Jaco home.
No. Like, I'd almost want to see the whole delivery there just because.
Yeah, it was something from the first base umpire.
Something like they indicate a balk or something because the pitch went in.
And discussions continuing.
Yeah, because how do you get home? Like, is it a block call or what? Or did it hit by? Like the pitch can continue. Ejo was hit with it. Umpire signaled for a balk. That's fine. That probably what threw Blue off, and that's why he let up on that pitch.
So yeah, wait a minute. If it's a balk, Ejo wouldn't be on first.
No.
From the replay we saw, I don't think that ball hit Ejo either.
No, so that's what I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Because the count's only 3-1.
Yeah. So Kenise Ejo is going to come back to the batter's box.
He wants an explanation too. Now I don't blame Josh Matlow. I don't blame him for asking for an explanation now. Okay. So
boy, that was confusing.
All right, so it's going to be a balk, no pitch on Ejo. So that would make sense. That's what Bernardo's arguing here right now. Because the play would have been should have been called dead.
So that balked. Well, that would run the count back to 2-1 then, would it not?
It should be. And now that's what Blue's asking for. Yeah, 2-1.
So it's 2-1 to Kenise Ejo.
By the looks of it. 3-1. So it was a balk called.
Okay.
Which makes sense because that's why Jaco came home. And why Bernardo just looked at him like, okay.
Yeah, now I'm getting confused. Well, I was already confused, but
again, this is where we need to be mic'd up. Now they're checking, confirming the count.
I thought it was 2-1 to Ejo.
Yeah, I thought so too, but I am not sure. We'd have to reel back the reel here to see, but they hold bat pretty much.
Boy.
All right, but then a run came across, so it is 3-0 for the for the Baycats.
As Hayden Jaco crosses on the balk call.
Yep.
And now Ejo will walk down to first with Blue missing inside. And Adam Odd's going to step in.
Now at bat for Barrie, number 26, Adam Odd.
Adam Odd's got a double already, but he's also been denied by a couple of textbook plays here, some highlight reel stuff by the infield.
And an inning that has started to get a little bit away from the Cardinals here, Neil. They got the double play that they needed, but they need Callum Blue here to
get the final out here.
Yeah.
Cade Kozak gets charged with all 3 runs so far. He's off the hook now, and nothing else on the base pass is his responsibility.
Hard luck for Kozak, too, as we talked about. Whoa, Callum Blue gets Adam Odd swinging through that one. Kozak got himself in good position with each batter that he faced, just wasn't able to get that finishing touch.
And that's the veteran bay catch, just saying, okay, I got a young kid on the hill. He's going to make a mistake. I'm going to force him to throw me a strike.
And Zach Orchard nearly comes up with Zach Orchard's looper nearly caught by Loveridge.
Yep.
I mean, just a couple of moments where they could have, within a couple of inches, stopped a couple of runs from coming across. As Odd on the ground. Loveridge will scoop it over to Rempel. Callum Blue gets them out of the inning. 3 runs cross for the Barrie Baycats as we will head into the beer gardens where Troy Islikar is hanging out. That sounds about right, Troy.
That explains why he's been pretty quiet.
Well, I tell you, Reed, I get all the best jobs. This is the best job in sports. It's got to be. I'm here with Claudia and Caitlin, and they are from Lagershed Brewery, and they're the official brewery of the Hamilton Cardinals. And Claudia, let's take us through what we have here. Not a lot of people know that you come to a Cardinals game, you can sit in the stands and drink your favorite beverage.
Yeah, you can. So we actually have this year we've set up a beer tent. We also do have our beers on draft. So on draft we have our salted lime cerveza and our original beer. We also do serve it in a can. So in the can we have our original and also the salted lime cerveza. So it's kind of your choice when you come to a game which one you're kind of feeling, whether you want to have the draft or the can. And then in the cans we also have their light beer, which is the Lagershed Ultra, and then we have their India Pale Lager, and the dark beer as well.
And one of the beers is branded with the Hamilton Cardinals logo on it. So you want to take that home with you if you can, right? Put it downstairs on the man cave.
Rinse it out and you're good to go. Yeah, sometimes like I'll cut the top off of them and just have them hanging around in my house.
And what's your favorite?
Personally, I like the salted lime cerveza. I love how it just gives a bit of like just a bit of a fruity taste. To a really great beer.
And it's elegantly crafted with natural ingredients.
It is.
I just read that.
It is, yes.
Your favorite, Caitlin?
The lime. It has to be the lime, too.
The lime. So you got something for everybody down here, guys. And, hey, cheers. Guys?
He's got all the fun jobs.
How does Troy get... Do they do booth delivery? As we take a look,
I don't.
Stefan Strecker's starting to get loose down in the Cardinals bullpen, but how does Troy end up getting over there to the beer gardens? And this is what happens when we give him a microphone and just let him wander around the park here.
Free reign, yeah.
So over at the merch tent, he's loading up down there. He's at the beer gardens, the Lagershed folks. See, you know the bigger problem, he's making friends down there.
Oh, exactly. And they're going to see him every time they come to the ballpark. Hey, Troy, how you doing here? Have one on the house.
I'm going to hear about this. Is what's going to happen. He's making all kinds of friends. It's like Troy and I once went to a Bulldogs game in Owen Sound before I was doing the games on the road. You know, we ended up sitting with the mayor of Owen Sound.
Really?
Yeah.
Troy knows everybody.
He knows everybody. It's unbelievable. You spend an evening with the guy and you'll make at least a dozen new friends.
Tyler Duncan to lead things off here in the home half of the 6th inning.
Cardinals need something positive with the bats. Frank Garces, after giving up back-to-back hits to Bernardo and to Banning in the bottom of 4, just shut it right down.
He went into full Garces mode.
Yeah, back-to-back-to-back strikeouts.
Full-on shutdown. 65 pitches at this point.
So Garces has been economical as Duncan gets enough of it to the infield, and Orchard had to eat it over at second base.
Nothing he could do on that play. He had to go so far to his left to get that baseball, and unfortunately it just died on the edge of the grass.
Yeah, take another look at this one as really Duncan got a good hold of it. The dirt slowed it up, but not quite enough for Orchard to get onto it and flip it.
And especially when you got Tyler Duncan with his speed running down the line, too. Orchard knew he had to almost make a perfect play to even have a chance to get that ball.
That's really not fair for a guy that size to be that quick. It really is not.
As Luis Bernardo takes strike one.
Bernardo had a single his last time up. As Garces will wind and deliver to Jaco, who was one of the 3 runs that came across in the top of the inning. An RBI and a run scored for Hayden Jaco.
Put yourself in the mindset of a Cardinal coming up. You know, you're coming to the ballpark knowing you're facing Frank Garces tonight.
Got to have your best.
You got to have your best. You just got to hope, he makes a mistake somewhere.
Garces delivers, and Bernardo shoots that one foul.
Which last year he didn't make too many.
No, he's not the kind of pitcher that makes a lot of mistakes that you can jump on. We're talking about the name for Orchard, not yet on the back of his jersey. Frank Garces doesn't have his on the back of his jersey yet.
Then again, that might have just because he changed numbers, too. Like, I think last year it was 97 or something. So
that sounds right.
Yep.
Bernardo chops that one to stay alive. I don't think it matters what number he is.
No. There's no mistaking him for somebody else.
Give me the baseball and let me do what I do.
Yep. I go to work now, boss.
Does he ever? Boy, it is a treat to get to watch Frank Garces do his thing as he'll wind and deliver. Bernardo flares it and...
Oh, they're going to double everybody off here.
Try to make the double play work, and...
Good hustle by Bernardo to get down the line, recognizing exactly what they were going to do there.
Yeah, that was unexpected from Burns on the initial, trying to turn that into a double play. I got fooled a bit on the depth, Neil. I thought it was going to be over Burns' head at first.
But watch what he does here. That's just a great play by the infield. So he recognizes, yeah, wait a minute, I got to turn a double play here.
Yeah, Bernardo really had to scoot to avoid that.
So Bernardo reaches on the fielder's choice. There is one away. Duncan is retired. 6-4 on the putout. Or sorry, 6 unassisted on the putout. And the Baycats will take that any day. They trade off a speedy Tyler Duncan off the base pass for the catcher, Luis Bernardo.
And likely trade a base as well.
Yep.
Duncan would have been on his way up to second. Yeah, that one really fooled with my...
that perception?
Yeah. I thought for sure it was that Burns was going to have to back up. As Garces, 1-1 count. Runs it inside on DeBanning, 1-2. Dennis DeBanning had a double his last time up.
DeBanning's got 2 hits in the contest.
The only Cardinal with 2 hits.
It's only been 4 to this point, or 5 to this point now.
Garces winds and delivers to Banning. Sends that one way out foul.
Well, his last time up, the Banning just missed a home run by inches.
Off the Leuna sign on the right field wall, and what a difference that would make in the ball game at this point. The Cardinals would have been up 2-0 with no one out in that inning.
Yep.
Instead, Garces got them to stop at second and third.
And then just shut the door.
Yeah.
3 straight strikeouts.
Garces gets to Banning, swinging through it, and it's another strikeout.
It's fun to watch, but you hate to be on the wrong side of that.
That's 6 Ks now in the game for Frank Garces.
And he's back to the Frank Garces we saw last year. The Toronto game, yeah, he had 6 walks in that game, but it's just,
Has not walked a batter tonight.
Nope.
Oh, Marriott clubs it deep into right field. That's gone! Zach Marriott turns this game on a dime. First pitch swinging, and the youngster takes Frank Garces all the way out.
Kid's got ice water in his veins, and now he just swings the bat like a veteran in this league. No
what
fear.
a shot. Oh, he got everything behind that one.
That's the one mistake Frank Garces will probably make in the night.
It sounded nice coming off the bat, and the Cardinals have this back to a one-run ball game. Tanner Rempel up, and he took a healthy cut.
Rempel 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Garces has had his numbers so far. Rempel looking to change that here with one swing.
How about the arrival of Zach Marriott? What an addition he's been already to the Cardinals, both defensively and offensively.
Remind me never to play Yahoo Fantasy Baseball with George Helene. How Barrie is.
George, where'd you just pick the guy in Double-A?
Yeah. You just trust me on that one.
Wait 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can do that? Jeez.
Just unbelievable work. As Garces will have the look in. Rempel flares that one back foul.
And that's just a lot of trust on the part of Cardinals management, too. Just to Eric Spear give him the keys to the kingdom and say, here, go build me a winner.
Gave the keys to the right guy.
Yep.
That is for sure. Garces delivers, gets Rempel swinging through it for strike 3. But the Cardinals get the 2-run bomb from Zach Marriott. They came into the bottom of the inning down a trio. They're down just a single. They'll head back to the field when we return to Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. It's Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. Neil, let's go back and take a look at the handiwork tonight of Brett Lawson. Got the start in the ball game, and he was dealing.
Got Ryan Rio early in the first inning. Then Carson Burns 2 times. And then got Rio again in the 5th inning.
Brett Lawson really gave the Cardinals a quality start to the game. Cade Kozak came in, had some trouble, although he obviously has the stuff to succeed in the IBL.
It's just going to it's going to be a learning curve for him.
Got the double play, a strange balk call against Callum Blue after he gets into the ball game.
And that's the difference in the ball game right now.
Yeah, that cost the Cardinals the 3rd run. Zach Marriott in the bottom of 6th, the 2-run blast. It's a 1-run ball game. And Ricky Phillips will open up the top of the 7th, facing off with Callum Blue. As Blue will wind and deliver, and has it on the outside edge. So Blue had the balk, and he walked Ejo, then got the ground out against Odd. And gets Phillips swinging through the off-speed to take it to a 2nd strike.
Big Cat's definitely sitting on the fastball tonight, from everybody so far.
Blue winds and delivers. That one off the outside portion. Blue having the look in. Did Phillips hold up? He did.
Cardinal faithful not liking those calls from the first base or the plate umpire.
It's listed at 3-1 in the park, but 2-2 from the home plate umpire as Phillips will sky this one, and now it's not going to matter as Tanner Rempel's under it and has it one away.
Rempel's got magnets tonight.
He's been all over it.
Going to bring up Ryan Rijo, who is 0 for 3 in the contest, a pair of strikeouts, and a fly ball to center field that Brandon Nicholson caught like a can of corn.
The problem is at any moment.
Well, exactly. I don't want to go there. I don't want to put that upon us.
Exactly. As Blue will wind and deliver, and that one shot inside. And Rio had to do some nifty footwork to get out of the way of it.
Blue not afraid to go in on some of these hitters.
Does Ryan Rio have the fanciest cleats?
I think he does.
There's some style right there as Rio puts this one on the ground. Rempel will jog it over to first, 2 away.
Rempel, again, busy on the 3 unassisted. Malik Williams will be the batter now. He doubled his last time up, singled in the 3rd, and walked in the 1st.
Yeah, you look back through the night on the score sheet and all the times that Tanner Rempel has had to make a spectacular play. That one not exactly of the spectacular variety, but still busy over at first.
I'm sure mom and dad are like sitting there going, thank goodness we don't have to do the laundry tonight.
As Malik Williams flares this one in back of the infield, and Callum Blue, really effective here in the top of 7, works through Phillips, Rijo, and Williams on a handful of pitches. Will hit the 7th inning stretch as the Cardinals trail by just 1. You're watching Mountain Mitsubishi. Hamilton Cardinals, Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. It's Mountain Mitsubishi, Hamilton Cardinals, Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. The Cardinals trail the Baycats by a 3-2 score. Frank Garces is out of the ball game, and Chris Lazar will step in. And Chris Lazar will be known to fans here on Cable 14, having been a part of broadcast last season.
Yeah, he filled in for me when I think it was in London at the time or something.
Yeah, you had a scheduling conflict.
Yeah, I did. Well, we figured all those out this year, so we're not going to miss any of those. Which I think made Jono's day, and I'm pretty sure that made Eric's day too. Please don't leave us.
I don't know how you have the ability to keep it all straight.
Well, it's all color coded on the fridge, so it's like, you know, each team has a different color.
Oh, I saw the schedule you put out. It's impressive.
And it's like, okay, we cannot deviate from these colors or schedule days. It's just not going to happen.
Looks like my weekend schedule in the winter.
Yep.
Where are you tonight? I'm in Owen Sound. I'm in Flint. I'm in Saginaw.
Yeah. What time are you coming home? I don't know. Maybe Thursday?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Next week? Yeah. Lane Renault will swagger his way in. He'll be the first batter to face Chris Lazar.
Of course, Lazar coming back off injury. Missed the whole year, but I guess he pitched hurt for the year before that.
Yeah, he has not had a healthy season in some time.
Yep. Former Cardinal, former Welland Jackfish, now with the Baycats.
As Lazar sets on the hill, and the lefty winds and delivers, and Lane Renault shoots that one foul.
Of course, Lazar knows a lot of these guys on this ball club too, so it's like, okay, he's probably got a notebook on most of these guys.
Well, especially Lane Renault.
Teammates for a long time.
Lazar's got a bit of a deceptive delivery, although Renault almost had the timing there as he sends that one foul. You watch the way he's got that ball just up off the hip, and when he goes into his stretch.
Yep. And he knows he's not going to blast it past you. He's going to get yourself out with his stuff.
Lazar and Jaco getting on the same page there. He'll deliver and runs it inside. 1-2. Seems to be the plan of attack here on Lane Renault. Lazar has run all 3 pitches so far towards the inside portion of the plate. Lazar again. And again, it's coming inside. Might have missed that one high. 2-2.
Frank Harris is his night. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 2 runs, both were earned. No walks, 6 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts, 7 Ks, I think. So I can't math tonight.
I've got 7.
Yeah, 7. Okay, I am right. Very tidy outing.
No, pardon me, I have 8.
Okay, you were right. I did miss one. Nate's correcting us too. It is 8.
Yep.
That's why he's the best.
That's Nate in behind us. He's like having the safety blanket, right?
Yep.
We get ourselves into trouble, Nate bails us out.
Yep, or pulls us back in and says, no, guys.
Yeah, hold on a minute here, fellas.
Yep.
As Lazar winds and delivers, Renault shoots that up the middle. Burns, nice job to transition, throw across. Just in time.
Great play by Carson Burns at shortstop. Stick with that ball and then threw across the diamond to get Renault going up the line. 6-3 with a little bit of a plus sign for that one. Great effort.
I thought it might have pulled Burns a little bit too far off. Whoa. Yeah, and we see why it took a second for that call to be made. Is that was tight.
It was. Keeler Loveridge will be the batter now. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to right field 2 times.
Loveridge has been really good in the field as Loveridge puts that on the ground. Burns busy again, firing across the diamond to Williams. 2 away.
2 away. Carson Burns can get it done on both directions here. 6-3 again for the second out of the inning.
A couple really impressive defensive plays for Burns.
Brandon Nicholson.
As Nicholson will step in.
Nicholson 0 for 3. He's probably just glad to see Frank Garces out of the game.
Yeah, he and Tanner Rempel would probably be at the top of the list of Cardinals that are
okay with him going.
Yeah. Oh, Nicholson threatening. He saw Malik Williams back off of first and threaten the bunt.
Third baseman was going to creep in a little bit closer too here now. Take away this bunt opportunity.
Lazar delivers, catches the inside corner. 1-1. Nicholson's one of very few guys who could lay that bunt down and beat it. Oh, what a pull of the string there by Lazar.
Lazar got him to chase something on the other half. Might just put that one away in the memory cap for next time.
1-2 the count. Nicholson got a good chunk of it, but sent it foul. Well, Lazar got me with that one. I thought he was bringing the fastball, and it was almost like he just pulled that back right at the end.
No, I'm going to throw change.
Oh. Lazar to his hip. Delivers. And that one bounces out to the on-deck circle where Danny Berg got a hold of it. Brandon Nicholson. Setting. Count 2-2 with 2 away. Delivery from Lazar. Nicholson flares it, and it's Burns again, the busiest man on the field.
Carson Burns gets all 3 parts, 2 assists, and the final put out of the inning.
Heading into the top of the 8th inning.
So after 7, the Barrie Baycats hold a 3-2 lead over the Hamilton Cardinals. We'll be back with the top of the 8th. After this, you're watching Mountain Mitsubishi, Hamilton Cardinals, Friday Night Baseball.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Tune in to the next episode of A Little Market Insight, where we're going to be sitting down with Frank Salvatore from Remax Escarpment, where we'll be talking all about commercial real estate. Then we're going to go on the road with Dynamic Heating and Cooling to talk all about heat pumps. And lastly, we're going to be sitting down with Mike Smutterowski from Viola Real Estate, where we're going to be talking about preparing your home for photography when you're listing it. You don't want to miss it. Tune in on Cable 14 and cable14.com.
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Get ready to blast to the past with Retro Game Time. Watch as gamers from around Hamilton battle it out in the ultimate retro gaming showdown. Who will outplay, outlast, and be crowned the ultimate Retro Game Time champion? Plus, don't miss our thrilling top 10 in each episode, where we rank the unforgettable highlights and hidden gems of the gaming world. Tune in, level up, and catch Retro Game Time Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on Cable 14.
Welcome back to Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14, presented by Mountain Mitsubishi. You just saw the kids stacking the pizza boxes. Our crew meals are provided by the great folks at Little Caesars Pizza. That one at 969 Upper Ottawa Street's the one providing the crew meals, but there are 8 different locations across Hamilton. Can't go that far without running into a Little Caesars.
8 of them. I think we only have three or four in Guelph, but of course they are a proud partner this year. Donating $3 for every strikeout a Cardinals pitcher gets at home to Mission Services to help the efforts to fight hunger in the community as well. So great job by the folks at Little Caesars.
Makes me feel even better about being a frequent Little Caesars customer.
I'm going to want pizza on the way home now, dang it.
Yeah, so do I. Macabroda sends that one foul.
I just hate eating so late at night because it's just like...
I know. I'm still going to do it, but
I know, same here, but I'm going to pay for it tomorrow.
Nick Davies is on the hill for the Cardinals here in the top of the 8th inning, as Macabroda will send this one almost to the foul line. Played some games with Danny Berg, but he gets under it for one away.
A little adventure, but Berg reels it in for the first out, and Hayden Jaco will be the batter. 2 for 3 in the contest, a pair of singles, a run scored, and an RBI for the hottest hitter on the Baycats.
Nick Davies, we saw last year, had some struggles, came back this year for the Cardinals, and right from exhibition games has looked like a different pitcher, Neil. Clearly, it's time and maturation process. We knew last year Nick Davies had the stuff. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and it looks like he's found it.
Definitely has. Out-of-town scoreboard update once again. In Brantford, the Jackfish looking to bounce back. Up 6-1 in the bottom of the fourth inning. The score just changed like crazy on that one. Right in front of my eyes, so I'll let that one update and refresh. Kitchener in London looks like it's a 3-2 ball game in the top of the eighth inning. Panthers holding on to that lead.
Oof, that sounds like a back and forth one. As Davies will deliver, gets Jaco way off of it. As Jaco thought he saw something that he really wanted and swung right through the offering.
Looked like a watermelon in his eyes. He took a big hack at it, but just not able to get to it.
Davies sets. He'll deliver that one over the plate, right on, 2-2. Cardinals would love to get the bats back in their hands as quickly as possible here. As Davies will deliver, and that one does not get the call. Full count to Hayden Jaco. Davies would love to put Jaco away here. And Jaco sends this one into center field. Getting underneath it is Nicholson, 2 away.
A huge out there as Hayden Jaco is retired on the F8.
Number 34, James Anderson.
James Anderson is going to pinch hit here for the Baycats as Nicholson again had to come through the lights and puts it away. So this was the spot occupied by Zach Orchard that Anderson will step into. As Davies misses with that. And we'll have to see, Neil, who takes over at second base, if it will be a straight switch. Davies gets Anderson swinging through it, 1-1.
Zach Orchard got a pair of singles, an RBI.
Productive night for his first in his new digs. Oh, Davies gets Anderson looking at it, 1-2. Trying to get the bats back into the hands of the Cardinals here. Davies 1-2, 2 away, nobody on. The long look in. Bernardo on the outside to set up. Couldn't quite buy Davies the strike there.
That outside pitch has been the nemesis for the Cardinals all night. Not getting the calls, unfortunately. And in the plate umpire's defense, he does set up on the inside part of the plate, so it's kind of hard to judge those ones, too.
I was just going to say that. That's scary, Neil. You and I have been working together for a while now as we're starting to read each other's thoughts here.
Yep.
Just watching where he sets up, it almost feels to me like he's really far inside.
Yeah, he's trying to make sure he doesn't miss the inside pitch and willing to kind of just go with the catchers as far as the outside one. If the catcher can pull it in a little more, you're going to likely get that call.
Like, that is really inside as Anderson shoots that one off foul.
Like he's almost behind the batter.
Yeah, he's not even behind the plate.
No, it's off to the side.
Yeah.
So he can see so he can see the whole plate.
But now you're getting a distorted view of the outside pitch.
Well, exactly.
Like he should be almost over top of Luis Bernardo. At least where Bernardo is right now. As Davies delivers, Anderson puts that on the ground. Loveridge charges. It wouldn't cooperate into the glove.
That'll be an infield single. And Carson Burns will come to the plate.
Now batting for Barrie, number 3, Carson Burns.
Tough luck there as the ball just slowed right up. Anderson did not get a lot of it, and it dies out in the grass, and yeah, that just would not work for Keeler Loveridge.
Nope.
So Carson Burns, 2 out, 1 on against Davies. Davies delivers low. Burns in the ball game. Pair of strikeouts. And Davies will get him swinging through that offering. I got to feel a bit there for Nick Davies. Probably should have already been out of the inning, Neil. And
fortunately, the ball just died a non-hero.
The grass monster reached up.
Yep, so no, not tonight.
Anderson taking his lead off first as Davies misses that one outside.
Almost want an aerial shot of the infield here because it looks like they've done an interesting pattern on the infield with the grass cutting.
Yeah, it's like a crop circle around the mound.
Yeah.
Davies delivers, Burns, flares, foul, turning, and yeah, Danny Berg was never going to have a shot at that.
He looked at him and said, nah, I don't think I'm getting that one.
Yeah.
We'll let one of my teammates get that one and flip it to a kid.
Would have had to have run all the way past the line, jumped the fence, run halfway up the bleachers.
Yep.
Yeah, forget it. All before the ball hits the ground. Even Danny Berg, who's lightning quick, I don't think he's going to pull that off. Davies delivers, Burns just kept the barrel on the shoulder.
Thought about going about it, and then he just saw where it was landing, so he just laid off.
I was actually pretty impressive by Carson Burns because as he got into it, he actually turned his shoulders, turned his entire upper body, but managed to keep his hands and the barrel of the bat up on his shoulder. That could not have been easy.
Nope.
Three and two is the count.
Yep.
First base umpire is asking for clarity on that as well.
Yep.
And I think time being asked for.
Just telling the infield they're going to be going on you're going to go going into first, and the runner's going home on the pitch.
Kenise Ejo is the man on deck if Burns were to reach. Anderson on the run, and
Burns fouls it off another one. The Baycats have been really patient at the plate tonight.
Yeah.
Like, they're making the Cardinals pitchers work a lot.
They have seen a lot of pitches. Far more than the Cardinals would like.
Yeah. And these young kids on the hill for them, they're just going to have to take it out to the back of their head and go, okay, when I'm going to get going against these Baycats the next time, I'm going to have to go out there and challenge them.
And Davies lost Burns there.
Number 9, Kenise
Ejo will step in. So from 2 out with nobody on to 2 out, 2 on, Kenise Ejo up.
Doesn't get easier in this lineup. Now you're back to the top of the order. You got Ejo, you got Adam Odd waiting on deck, and then you got Ricky Phillips, and if he gets that far, Ryan Riho after that.
Yeah, tough spot to be in right here for the Cardinals. Ejo up the middle. Duncan cuts it off. Quick flip. And Davies gets them out of it with some help from his defense behind him. Nice job. Quick hands from Tyler Duncan. Cardinals manage it. They'll get the bats back into their hands when we return for the bottom of the 8th inning. You're watching Mountain Mitsubishi. Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14.
Again.
is the bottom of the 8th inning for Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball here on Cable 14. And Stefan Strecker is warming up out in the bullpen for the Cardinals. The legend returns as Danny Berg will step up. So Strecker getting loose, could see action in the top of 9, and the way that Nick Davies was greeted coming off the hill, I am thinking he's going to. But Neil, you noticed the defensive realignment here for the Barrie Baycats.
Of course, we got Adam out now at second base. Malik Williams went to third. New first baseman out there as well.
Okay, so we're going to try to work this on the fly.
Yep. So Odd's gone from third to second. Orchard came out of the ball game. Williams flipped over from first to third.
And we're waiting to find out who that first baseman is.
Yep.
As Berg puts that on the ground. Can he make it over in time? Not quite. And again, Nate is the man on the scene for us, as we now know that it is Nolan Macubroda who has gone from left field to first base.
So we have a new left fielder as well. This is why my kids are going to look at the scorebook when they're older and go, what the heck kind of chicken scratch did Dad have?
What does all that mean?
Yep.
As Tyler Duncan will step in. As Lazar continues on here for the Baycats.
I was digging in out through some boxes the other day, and I came across a scorebook from 1994.
Oh, that's cool.
I was when I was back doing the high school games and everything else, just with the year before I took over as the head coach for my high school team.
How many games did the book have in it?
It was the old CS Masters ones, the Burgundy one, so I think I had like 30 or 40 games in it, so I probably used it most of the 94 season. And
cool.
Yeah.
Good memories?
A lot of good memories. We had some powerhouses back then.
As Lazar winds and delivers.
Well, we had Jamie Pogue, who went to play in the Cardinals organization. He's now their bullpen catcher.
Oh.
For St. Louis, and he's pretty much going to be a Cardinal for life now. So we had some other guys that were just really good ball players. Went on to college, and 2 of them became doctors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's nothing to sneeze at right there.
Nope.
As Lazar will wind and deliver the 2-2. Duncan.
It's just going to go foul.
Just foul.
When the umpire and the first baseman are both diving out of the way in foul territory, I'm pretty sure it's foul.
Went to high school with a young lady that became an oncology nurse. As we see that one track just foul.
Well, I think from our graduating class, I think there's like 4 doctors.
She might be a doctor now.
Well, one was a really solid basketball player. She went to the University of Vermont.
Whoa, Catamounts.
Yeah. Flirted with going to the WNBA, just unfortunately opted to go into the medical field instead.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good way to go. As Lazar, given the outside corner, and Duncan down on strikes.
Lazar's got a big smile on his face. I can just tell right now. Because he got Duncan.
Whoa. Yeah, let's take another look, as that's
what we were talking about. You can't. He's kind of guessing on those outside calls, and that's not a fault. It's just how everything is. And is that it for Chris Lazar?
Yep.
I think it is.
That's going to bring an end to Lazar's outing. He'll leave with the 3-2 lead he walked in with. As Lazar
gets a hug from Rio and company and fist pumps.
Real good comeback for him.
Yep.
He can be a real good piece for the Baycats, having a healthy season.
And push comes to shove, he could be your 6th starter. If you get into a week, you got some rainouts or something else, the guys just need an extra day or so to skip their spot in the rotation. That gives Josh Matlin an opportunity to just throw him out there and let him eat some innings.
Well, like you mentioned earlier on in the game, the Baycats felt like they needed help on the pitching side, and having that extra arm that can be a swing man makes a big difference.
It does.
So new pitcher in for the Barrie Baycats. Cesar Rosario taking over. And Neil, this is a spot where the Cardinals with 2 outs, they're down to the last 4 outs in the ball game. They need something positive.
They need something positive, especially from the heart of the order here. They just need to get something going so it's not on the young guys at the bottom of this order.
And thanks to Nate, who's been keeping everything straight for us. So to finish off our game of musical chairs, Adam Odd goes to second base from third. Malik Williams goes to third from first. Nolan Macabrota goes to first from left field. James Anderson takes over in left field.
Yep, Anderson is the new left
so
fielder.
That's how it all
the pieces all make sense.
Cycled through after some confusion. As Luis Bernardo steps in.
Whoa.
And that one got way away. Bernardo popping up to dust himself off as watch out.
That was just the release point, just not anywhere near where it needed to be.
And we'll try it all over again, and that one misses outside. And, I mean, that's Cesar Rosado did not get the call that Chris Lazar did just a few pitches ago.
Nope. Again, maybe one of those things you got to earn it.
As Rosado delivers, got Bernardo swinging through that one. Bernardo clearly saw something he liked there.
Rosado's got 3 innings pitched. He's allowed 1 hit, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts so far. He's faced 13 batters in the young season.
Third pitcher of the ball game for the Baycats. Got Bernardo to swing on that one as well. That'll take it to 2-2. Bernardo's got the power to send this one over the fence with a flick of his wrists if he can get a hold of it.
We saw that Sunday.
Live update on Bernardo, hitting .333 on the season. As Rosado will deliver, and that one runs inside. Count is full. If Bernardo reaches, Dennis DeBanning is behind him. And then Zach Marriott, who's done all the damage for the Cardinals so far. As Rosado will deliver, and Bernardo, I think, will want that one back as he swung through one running away on him.
That one broke off the table in a hurry.
Cardinals go down in the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back with the top of the 9th. Cardinals trailing by 1 when we return to Mountain Mitsubishi. Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14.
My first professional glove, that's the one I remember the most. When I was coming up, even though it wasn't that long ago, having your name on a glove was a big deal.
It's Mountain Mitsubishi, Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. And Neil, it is the return of the legend here to start the top of the 9th. Stefan Strecker's on the hill.
One of the IBL's top 100 players, voted on a couple of years back. Now on the hill for the Cardinals. Just couldn't stay away here.
And as Strecker starts to warm up, we'll go downstairs to Troy, who I believe has our in-building host, Emily. Troy, take it away.
Guys, one of my favorite segments of the season, always meeting up with Emily Thompson. Emily is the Cardinals in-game host. And Emily, I knew we were going to talk tonight, so I knew you were going to ask me something Taylor Swift-like. Apparently she has a new album out, something about torturing poets. I'm caught up. I'm with all the cool kids.
Oh, great. I love that. What's your favorite song? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Flying.
You got me. Okay, talk to us about the Cardinals game day life here for you and something new in 2024 that increases the audience experience here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so happy to be back for my second season. It's been so amazing. We had our preseason with all the school boards. It was amazing. It was packed in here, from the away bench, silver, grandstands. It was so amazing to get back out there. It's been a little bit of a long off season. And of course, our home opener was a little bit difficult with the weather, but we did try. And then Sunday, it was so great to actually have a proper game, get back out there for the 2024 season. The Cards have been doing great so far. But yeah, for the game day crew, it's so awesome. We got a couple new games. We have partners with Little Caesars Canada, so we're stacking all the pizza boxes. We're doing races. It's so great with all the fans, and the kids are killing it. They're so good at everything.
And there's something for everyone, and I see all the kids running around, following you everywhere. You're like the Pied Piper. So entertaining. If you get an opportunity to come out and see these games, like I've always said, Emily is worth the price of admission just to watch her work. You do an excellent job, and thanks very much for doing this, and I'm sure we'll talk again this season.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, and I always look forward to doing this. Thank you, Cable 14.
Guys, back to you.
Well, I tell you what, Troy and Emily can come up here, and you and I can go home.
Okay. I can get an extra half-hour show. Sure.
Troy always downstairs having fun with Emily, and she got him right away on the Taylor Swift gimmick.
Yep.
Stefan Strecker delivers a strike to Adam Odd.
She saw right through him.
Yeah, that one, yeah. Troy set himself up for that one.
He did.
Strecker delivers. That one will run outside.
Well, Odd is 1 for 4 in the contest. He doubled in the first inning and grounded out 3 times in a row here.
Strecker has the long look in. Odd flares. Berg charging hard, gets underneath, one away. It's just incredible to watch Stefan Strecker do his thing.
Strecker didn't even turn around on that one. He's just like, okay, it's a fly out. Like he's done it a million times.
Well,
pretty close.
As Ricky Phillips steps in.
Well, we saw him on the school days all decked out in his principal attire.
That we did.
Having a conversation with Tyler Duncan, and maybe that was with the deal closer there. Who knows?
And then suddenly we show up last weekend, and he's in uniform.
And Troy's breaking the story.
That's right. Yeah, Troy was all over it. That Stefan Strecker had signed, and retirement ended early. Ball on the ground. Duncan over to Rempel at first. 2 away.
Tyler Duncan had to play that one. Tried to play it between the hops and realized it wasn't going to have a hop, so he charged at it.
Let's take another quick look as Strecker delivers. And Duncan, quick transition, and Tanner Rempel, who has been just a rock for the Cardinals at first tonight.
Ryan Rio will be the batter now.
And
last time Rio and Strecker went head-to-head, that didn't go so well for Mr. Strecker.
And
but
Rio
this time he gets to pop one up.
Flies it high. 3 charge. Berg's got it. How about Stefan Strecker? Welcome back. Just works his way right through the top of 9. And the legend keeps on building. We go to the bottom of 9, the home half. The Cardinals with one more chance, trailing by a run when we return to Mountain Mitsubishi. Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. This is what you wait all night for, and what we've waited a long winter for.
Indeed.
It is the bottom of 9. The Hamilton Cardinals one swing of the bat away from tying this ball game on Mountain Mitsubishi. Cardinals Friday Night Baseball. Dennis DeBanning will lead it off. Cesar Rosado, the man on the hill for the Baycats.
Rosado in this situation has to be careful. He's got Dennis DeBanning and Zach Marriott, who's already homered in this contest, due up.
And DeBanning is going to be right on to the base path.
Yep.
Although not feeling so good in the process as he gets plunked by Rosado.
Yeah, he's got some words down the line. And he's got a smile on his face, too. He's like, yeah, I found my way on the base. Tie run on base now. And Zach Marriott has already got a homer to right here now, the batter. As Rosario will have to be very careful.
So Rosado sees Zach Marriott, who would represent potentially a winning run for the Cardinals.
Banning's still kind of walking it off here, too, just to...
I think he took it right on the point of the hip.
Yeah. A little slow to get back in the fair territory here.
Rosado squaring off with Marriott. He'll deliver. And strike one is... I think Marriott thought that one was low.
I think he did too, and I think maybe he just caught him off guard that it was actually across the plate where it was here. Kind of expect him to go in on his hands or something.
Look over at DeBanning. Rosado delivers. Bunt attempt by Marriott. Just couldn't get it down. 0-2.
Would have been a heck of an idea if he did, but fortunately just got a little too high in the zone there, and he tried to roll it down.
Tanner Rempel's the man on deck. Rempel, who's had a brilliant night in the field. Tough night at the plate, but that was all due to Garces.
Yep. I'm guaranteed he's one of the guys he's happy he's not in the lineup anymore. Not on the hill.
Rosado will deliver. That one runs high. Malik Williams over at third, able to back off with it being a two-strike scenario.
Williams will play back behind the bag now, just trying to knock it down, keep it in front of him. If it's hit at him, he's going to flip to second for sure.
Yeah, they'll try to take down that lead runner in a hurry. Rosado will wind and deliver the 1-2. And Marriott caught looking on the inside. Whoa.
And I'm not sure if he said something on the way past to Jamie Killingsworth or not, because Killingsworth took an extra look back there.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think if you're Marriott, he probably feels like Rosado was given low and given inside in the at-bat.
Yeah.
Cade Kozak was not given that earlier on. As Rosado will look against Tanner Rempel.
Rempel has a chance for some redemption here.
1 on, 1 away. Rosado delivers, and suddenly that outside edge is a strike. And I think that's what has thrown the Cardinals off a little bit here. That is a marked change from what we saw just an inning or so ago. As Rosado delivers, Rempel reaches out, and it's going to be into foul territory, 0-2.
Now Rempel's got to just protect the plate here, get anything close across. Got to take a hack at it, foul it off, put it somewhere in play.
The problem for Rempel, I think, Neil, is that he was already forced into that scenario of protecting because
of that first pitch.
Well, in the last at-bat, we saw low given, we saw inside given, and now to start Rempel, outside is given. There's no safe spot for Rempel to take a pitch. High, maybe. But do you trust it right now?
I wouldn't.
Rosado with the look in. And that one well off the outside, 1-2. Some of the fans.
They've had some beverages.
I believe they've been sampling the lager shed.
Yes. And just not being able to keep the filter on.
That's correct. As Rosado has the look over to DeBanning. DeBanning's dying to get on the move here.
Oh, my goodness, he's way off.
And 2-2. Rempel showing keen eye.
Pressure now back on Rosado to throw a strike.
Yeah, we just saw how far Dennis DeBanning was willing to step off first base, Neil. He's just waiting for something, anything to run on.
Like Rosado hasn't, now he finally looked over at him, but he didn't look over the last pitch at all. DeBanning was almost out another few feet.
Rosado delivers. Full count now to Rempel. Oh, that was a gutsy take by Rempel, the way the last couple of at-bats have gone. Full count, one away, DeBanning at first.
This situation, you never want the umpire to be the deciding factor on the pitch. You'd rather either let him beat you with his pitch where it is location-wise, or you're going to put it in play somewhere.
DeBanning could get on the horse first to third, would be in a hurry.
This time is called here. A little late.
I'm a little surprised it was granted there. Anything on the grass out of the infield, and DeBanning is going to be moving. DeBanning on his way to second. Ball will give Burns a challenge, but he's still able to make the play.
Carson Burns with probably a save for sure, a single, prevented DeBanning from going to third on that play.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 6, Lane Renault.
Yeah, it looked like this might have been perfect position from Rempel. Forced Burns back against the grain, but Burns, who's shown incredible range in the field all night, able to make the play. Lane Renault with 2 away in the bottom of the 9th and a runner in scoring position. We have seen Lane Renault in the past have a flair for the dramatic. Can he come up with a little bit of magic here? And Renault checked his swing, 1-0.
Peel down to first, he did not go around.
Keeler Loveridge is on deck. Could this game come down to one of the youngsters? As Rosado will deliver. DeBanning's on his way to third. Rempel flares it into center field. Tie ball game.
Lane Renault comes through once again.
Oh, the timing on that was brilliant. DeBanning got on the run.
Hit and run was on.
And Lane Renault cashes the RBI single.
Pitch high in the zone. Renault just went up and got it.
And Lane Renault's going to come out of the ball game. Daly's going to come in to run.
Not a bad move here. A little bit more speed than Daly. As that represents the winning run at first base now. A wild pitch makes this one really interesting.
Would it ever? Hey, Keeler Loveridge, welcome to the IBL.
So, Dad, how'd your first ever your first night in the IBL go? The legend can be made tonight.
Loveridge, 0 for 3 in the ball game, but that would all be erased if he could get Daly on the run here. Rosado delivers. Gets Loveridge swinging through it, strike one.
And the youngster just has to be a little patient here, too. He's just got to remember, hey, this guy's been all over the strike zone right now and in and out of it. You don't have to kill the baseball here. Just have to move the runners around.
Rosado, long look in. Loveridge sends it just off second, and it'll be scooped down. Hey, Neil, we've got extra baseball.
We got bonus baseball.
We will go to the top of the 10th as we return to Mountain Mitsubishi. Cardinals Friday Night Baseball here on Cable 14. It's lights out. Well, not actually. The light's still on in the ballpark, top of the 10th, but it is Alex Lights Out Lanigan into the ball game. Last season, Neil, brilliant for the Cardinals. This is a tough situation. Extra innings, runner at second, facing Malik Williams.
Malik Williams, and of course, Ryan Rios has been lifted out of the ball game for a pinch runner here. New DH in for the Barrie Baycats.
On the ground, Williams through the infield, and just like that, the Baycats are immediately going to take a lead. Malik Williams did not waste time.
Jumped on the first pitch he saw.
Scoring the pinch runner, who I believe was Souls, all the way around.
Yep.
So RBI single for Williams.
And that's just unfortunate because the second baseman had to shade around to almost keep Souls on the base.
And that'll bring up Mackie Broda.
And Malik Williams took full advantage of it, just pushed something on the other side of the infield.
And Lanigan gets strike one. Now, you made an interesting comment to me, Neil, before we started this inning that it feels like you almost have to score two if you're Barrie here.
Yeah, you have to, just because the Cardinals have the last bat. They got a chance to. That runner at second base is almost a gimme. You're gonna get him over to third somehow. So that's gonna tie the ball game here. If you got Malik Williams at first, you got to get a way to get a second run across.
Well, especially right now for the Cardinals, it'd be Keeler Loveridge who goes to second, so a pretty good runner.
Then you got Brandon Nicholson leading off the inning.
Nicholson, Berg, Duncan for the Cardinals. So it's on Lanigan now to try to get out of this top of 10, just down 4-3.
Yep.
As Lanigan will wind and deliver, and Mackie Broda is going to send that one through the hole. Runners on first and second.
Again, guys, was just the Cardinals' defense having the shade where they probably don't want to be in a normal situation, but it's this extra innings. You got to keep that runner close and try to turn double plays. So Duncan was shaded more towards second base.
So Hayden Jaco will step in. Jaco, who had a productive night at the plate through the first 9. Now stepping in here in the 10th. 2 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. Jaco threatening to square around for a bunt there. It'll be 0-1.
Big Cats, like we said, just trying to get that second run across to put the pressure on the Cardinals to do more than just, okay, bring home that runner from second base. Now you got to score 2 to tie it and maybe 3 to win.
Lanigan delivers. 0-2. So Jaco has to abandon the bunt here, unless they're just going to let him give it a shot and surrender an out no matter what.
If it goes foul, they got to go back. If it's in play anyways, he's done the job.
Jaco will swing away, and that one's up the middle. Weird hop. And Malik Williams is going to be able to come around. Bernardo cuts it off at home. Jaco up to second. He's out as he tries to advance. So the Cardinals will get 1 down, but a runner over to third, 1 away.
And then a run came in.
Bit of a chaotic play.
Well, it took the weird bounce and it bounced in the infield again, and it just took a really high hop.
Duncan tried to get over, and there was just no way he could come up with it. Brandon Nicholson tried at home. Malik Williams had too much of a jump. And now it'll be Anderson. So Jaco had the RBI single and then nabbed as he was trying to advance. Anderson taps that one back foul. McImbroda's over at third. He would represent the 6-3 run.
That one's fouled off.
Anderson falls behind 0-2. Big spot here for Lanigan. If he could get the Cardinals out of this, still puts them in pretty good shape. As Lanigan delivers and he gets Anderson swinging for the strikeout.
That's another Little Caesar strikeout for Hunter.
Carson Burns will step in.
Now batting for Barrie, number 3, Carson Burns.
An out in any form here for the Cardinals.
It's huge.
Exactly. And he'll start Burns off with a strike. Especially with who the Cardinals, Neil, have coming up in the bottom of the 10th. Top of the order. Lanigan delivers. And maybe low or just off the outside corner.
I think it was low.
I think it had to be low the way that if that one doesn't get called on the outside, then we got a real issue.
I'm going to go with low. That one's outside.
Yep, well outside that time. 2-1 to Burns. Lanigan has to look in. He'll deliver. Burns tees it high into the air. Duncan's under it. It's 5-3 as we'll head to the bottom of 10 when we return to Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. Mitsubishi. Friday night baseball here on Cable 14. The Hamilton Cardinals. One more chance at least here, Neil. Bottom of 10. It will be Keeler Loveridge headed over to second base. Brandon Nicholson will come up. Cardinals need 2 to extend the game. 3 would walk it off.
Exactly. Top of the order, having to get the job done here. Down by 2 in the extra frame here. Nicholson 0 for 4. Berg 1 for 4.
Lanigan. Oh, sorry, Neil. Lanigan may be a little unlucky in the top of 10 to have that second run cross.
Yeah. On a weird bounce, no less.
Yeah, the first run, as you mentioned, it's not quite a gimme, but it's close.
Close as you're going to get in baseball anyways.
It's about preventing the runs after it. As Rosado will deliver. Oh, my goodness.
Nicholson's taking a step, looking at on the edge of the box, asking the umpire where that was.
A gift that time for Rosado. That one was well off the outside of the plate from our vantage point. As Rosado delivers, that one's going to run inside.
Nicholson almost got that one in the backside.
2-1.
He turned into it, too, trying to sell it like he did.
As Neil mentioned, it's Danny Berg in behind Brandon Nicholson as they look to move Keeler Loveridge around the base path. Rosado with the look in. Nicholson swings through it, 2-2. Bit of good fortune as well for the Baycats. The man coming up when they had their shot in the top of 10 was Malik Williams, and you can't give him an opportunity at a freebie. As Rosado delivers, and Nicholson swung away at it, and I think he wants that one back.
Yep.
One away.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 3.
Danny Berg will be up to bat. He does have a single in the third inning. Struck out and grounded out twice.
A single anywhere outside the infield will more than likely drive Loveridge in.
Yep.
Berg will be followed by Tyler Duncan. Rosado has the long look. He'll deliver that one inside. Jaco, nice job to turn the glove over and backhand it to keep Loveridge from advancing at least the third.
Final in from London. The Kitchener Panthers defeating the London Majors 5-2. Jose Vasquez with a complete game, 12 strikeouts.
Wow.
Just allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk in the contest.
That's a heck of a performance.
Panthers were reeling before that.
And again, Rosado delivers inside. And Danny Berg sitting in pretty good position just at the moment.
Cardinals on the road tomorrow in Chatham-Kent, taking on the Barnstormers. Their first appearance up there.
A little bit of a trek.
A little bit of trek. I'm hoping they're staying overnight in London on the way home because they are playing the Majors on Sunday.
You'd have to think so. Rosado delivers. They get the call on the outside edge, 2-1.
Then the Royals play tomorrow afternoon at home. And then they go all the way up to Chatham-Kent. Like they leave, I think, at 8:30 in the morning or something on Sunday for an afternoon contest.
Yikes. Rosado, 2-1 to Berg. He'll deliver. 3-1 to Berg.
If you're Berg, you got to still be mindful. Hey, nothing's a given here.
Cesar Rosado is kind of the reverse of Frank Garces. Garces liked to work real fast. Rosado taking his time.
He's more deliberate and just more thinking about his pitches before he makes them.
Rosado delivers the 3-1. Outside, Berg takes the walk.
I was going to bring up Tyler Duncan in a great situation if you're a Cardinals fan.
I mean, there's nobody that you would rather have coming up to the plate right now if you're a Cards fan than Tyler Duncan.
If you're Duncan, you're hoping he gets and corks a wild pitch here and makes it a lot easier before you just have to hit a single. Or if you want to put it over the fence, Tyler, by all means, you're due for one.
If he does, it'll end the ball game in dramatic fashion. So Berg, the tying run is at first. Duncan representing the winning run at bat.
Duncan followed by Bernardo and Dennis DeBanning due up in this inning.
Pretty good sequence if you're the Cardinals for guys you'd want coming up. The heart of the order right here. And Duncan puts a charge into the ball, falling quickly. And Ejo will have that out in center.
Just didn't drop fast enough if you're Tyler Duncan and the Cardinals here. As Kenice Ejo was almost like Sonic the Hedgehog out there. Duncan got under a little too much underneath this one, and Ejo was able to pull it in for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, if he connects with that straight on, it's into the outfield somewhere, and probably Berg and Loveridge are around.
Yep.
Instead, Kenice Ejo with his incredible athleticism able to get to it. Luis Bernardo, last chance here for the Cardinals. 2 away. Rosado delivers and gets the inside pitch as a strike.
Bernardo's got to keep in the back of the head where last time Rosado got him on a pitch he wanted back, so here's his opportunity.
Yeah, ball that was running way away. Rosado delivers, that one outside, and Bernardo leaves it. Loveridge and Berg just dying to take off from their bases.
10:40 at night. I think we still got a pretty solid crowd here.
Yeah, nobody wants to leave this one right now. Rosado with the look out. He'll wind and deliver. Gets Bernardo swinging for 1 and 2.
Jaco and Rosado going back to that same pitch that got Bernardo his last at bat there.
Luis Bernardo staring down Cesar Rosado. Cardinals on their last strike for the night. Rosado delivers, Bernardo swings through, and the Barrie Baycats will take a 5-3 win. Neil, in one heck of a ball game.
A great ball game on both sides. Both teams had opportunities. Their starting pitchers, when called upon, got the outs they needed. You go back to that inning where, in the 4th inning, Bernardo and DeBanning led off the inning with singles and a double. Runners at first, second, and third, and then Frank Garces went out and struck out the side.
And I believe Troy is standing downstairs with Dennis DeBanning. Troy, take it away.
Right fielder Dennis DeBanning, not the result that we wanted at the end, but a hard-fought game against a team that was in the IBL finals last year. Your thoughts? 2 hits that you managed to get against probably one of the best pitchers in this league.
I mean, I just try to, not play for myself, but play for the guy next to me. We fought hard this game, and it sucks that we came up short, but, we got a long season ahead, and, we keep doing what we're doing, and we'll be just fine.
A couple home runs for you this early season as well. What have you done in the offseason that made you come out into this start this year in 2024?
Man, what I like to say is, I've been grinding in the trenches, you know what I mean? Just behind closed doors doing what I do that no one else watches, and I can see it pay off slowly and slowly every game. So I'm looking forward to see what I can do more this season. So I'm ready.
A couple big games coming up tomorrow against Chatham-Kent, the new team in the IBL, and then London on Sunday. What's going to be the key for you guys to get to a good start against them? Great game tonight here against Barrie.
Oh, for sure, man. I'm not worried. Like I said, we keep doing what we're doing. We'll be just fine. I feel like the teams we got coming up ahead, they don't know what's coming, so we'll be all right.
Thanks very much, Dennis, for this, and good luck, and stay healthy for the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Doing stuff when nobody's watching. Dennis DeBanning. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Troy and Neil. Cardinals' busy schedule coming up. Great effort tonight. This is a team poised for big things this season.
Exactly. They just got to build off tonight and just, go back out there a little bit more determined tomorrow night when they go to Chatham-Kent and that first time in that ballpark at Fergie Jenkinson Field.
First time we got all the way through a ball game this season, Neil. Great to be back with you, and let's hope for more weather like this the rest of the way.
Amen, sir. Amen.
For my broadcast partner, Neil Sriwastawa, Troy Islikar, down at field level, I'm Reed